Yo, what's happening, DT? Came back to Twitch. Nah, I'm not in Japan anymore. Was in Japan, I think it was like almost 2 weeks ago. That's when I finally came back. I'm back to my normal streaming. Yeah, I know, bro. I wanted to stay longer, but just my finances weren't in order. But I did stay for 2 months, which is nice. But we'll probably do another stream. Maybe in the near future in Japan again. We'll see. Yeah, I did. Oh, clicked the wrong. I wouldn't exactly say you're late, bro. You know? Oh, wait. It's kind of. It's like she didn't even meet Brown. I'm gonna hope this pal makes it, bro. I don't really think it's gonna actually. Look at the stamina. I think I might just. Probably gonna have to swim over there. Or swim. Not like there's any sharks in here or something. I should be fine. Put back. Trying to find Grisbolt. Ah. Finding. Grisbolt should be like exactly like right here. Sleeping. other side. You can actually run into them. I thought you can only breed them. Violet. Alright, Grizzbolt is not over here. Bro, somebody lied, bro. Can't find Grizzbolt for nothing. What's up with this nigga? Oh. The heck is up with this nigga? Brody? I do not know what is up with this dude, bro. And I'm dead. That was so random. I gotta go back for all my loot. Like, that was just so random. literally came here before and I could not find Grisbolt. Maybe my game's broken or something. Last I checked, I did not find him last time. And did not find him this time. Oof. Be a tough trainer. What is this Pokemon? Oh, let me stop. I don't know, bro. Just gonna try to figure out the next one. Oh, I'm doing pretty good, bro. Got to work like probably an hour ago. Decided to hop on. I'm doing pretty good, man. How about you, Des? How was life? You know, it's kind of weird. I get on this game to try to kill time, but almost like I don't find games fun anymore. I wish I was this guy, just sleeping, just gone, bro. Damn, bro. Your life is rocky, huh, Des? Well, she got power. That's cool, but I don't know, bro. I don't think you want my opinion on. Oh, she got you power. It's nice to have a nice little, you know, sugar mama, but I mean, I don't know, bro. It's a risky game you're playing. It's like one of those situations that, of course, I'm sure you have feelings for this girl, but like, you know, show me the Carfax kind of situation. Hmm. Okay. I wouldn't know how to feel about it either. Imagine just building like emotions towards someone and then they finally smack you with like, oh, I have an OnlyFans. Like you've gone on a couple of dates and everything, and she just comes out of the woodworks and says that. But if she says it from the very beginning, then you know you're signing up for. Hey, bro, looks are good for now, but in the future, you're gonna need someone to like uplift you. I bet. Looks are good for short term, let me just say that. Nigga, come on, bro. It's just I don't wanna hurt anybody's feelings. Of course, like you're setting yourself up right now for like a huge mental battle in the future. You know what I mean? Like you can just think about that alone. Like for now it seems cool, it's light because you're not that attached to her yet. But once you become more attached to her, you're gonna just have all types of paranoia, bro. And you're saying she's super fine, which is just cool. Hey, I told you my side. You know what I mean? Like I get that. But you also have to think about it this way. She has like a million options that she can just drop you whenever. And I don't mean that to like I said, I'm not trying to like hurt nobody's feelings. It's just like, you know who Neon is? I think that's his name, Neon. He was dating this girl called Sam and she had an OnlyFans. Of course she was with him for the clout to get her OnlyFans up, but then she left him for a $1 million offer for like getting on a clip, like on a corn video. And now he's regretting the whole thing because he didn't listen from the very beginning. He lost mad friends, bro. If you fall, you gotta be careful who you fall in love with too, because love literally makes you blind. Then look for it, bro. It's never too late. Look at me, bro. I wish. Hold on. I gotta be careful, like who is listening. But you know what I mean? Like I went for what I wanted and I got it. You know what I mean? Like I flew across the world for what I wanted and I got it. You already know what I'm talking about because you were in my Japan, you know, vlogs, IRL streams. Yeah. Like if you want something, if you can imagine it, then it's possible. It's out there. Then go and get it. No one's gonna stop you but you. You're the only person that's gonna be able to put yourself in a box. You can sit inside that box and look pretty for years, bro. Eventually you're gonna be like, yo, I'm tired of just sitting in this box. It's just like, damn, bro, like don't get me wrong, like if a girl told me she had like OnlyFans and like I just I just can't trust anyone like that. That's willing to just sell off a piece or pieces of their body in order to gain like some type of wealth. You know what I mean? Hey, what's happening, Travis? Yeah, if you follow what you want, you're not going to be disappointed. But if you hold off on what you want, you're going to be disappointed for a very long time because you don't have what you want. I say don't look for a girlfriend, bro. Look for a wife. Girlfriends are everywhere. Wives are very few. Travis, I really hope you're not here to troll me, bro. 'Cause you came here last time with the graphics design. And I told you, like, 2 days ago that I can't really get into any of that stuff. That's what I mean. There's, like, there's limits to it. There's huge limits to it. And I don't mean to bash you, Travis. I promise. I'm not trying to come after you about it. It's just, I'm not really in a position to, like, invest in anything. Like, my bank account screaming, my car screaming. This is, like, the only thing I have that's actually stable in my life. My PC. But hey, bro. Look for someone that... Damn. Look for someone that'll honestly just get lost when they look at you. That's what you want to look for. I didn't tell you for something. What do you mean? It's very difficult for you to... It's very rare, but it's possible. And waiting isn't a bad idea, bro. I had to wait. I'm 26 now, turning 27 this year. I wanted to go to Japan when I was 18, bro. I had to wait for years, bro, to get what I want. I had to be patient for years. And I wanted to be in a relationship so bad with a traditional girl too, not like a girl that's like out here just doing wild things that are just gonna drag you down. Hey, the Bible says that a whorish woman, not calling her, you know what I mean? Yeah. Hold on. I wanna give it to you full. Damn. Just I'm gonna just leave this here for you, bro. You know what I mean? I'm gonna read it for you too. For a whore is a deep ditch, and a strange woman is a narrow pit. She also lieth in wait as for a prey, and increaseth the transgressors among men. But it gets deeper than that. Because actually... No, Travis, you're good. I'm just kind of talking to... I'm trying to hook up Des with something. Ah, what was it? Something. I don't remember what it was. Do not spend your strength on women, your vigor on those who ruin kings. But there's a... Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. Basically, like, the wrong woman is gonna turn you into a crumb of bread. But there's a proverbs for that. Define crazy. You're gonna have to define crazy for me. I can't remember how it went. For by the means of a whorish woman a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. Oh, he teaches the Bible. That's interesting. Peter Lee. I don't get too far into YouTube. I'm not going to play any videos, mainly because I'll just get copyrighted off my YouTube channel. The Peter Lee, was it? We're not going to watch it. Just wrong. I gotta open up chat. Right now I just have my... Oh, Jesse Lee Peterson. Jesse Lee Peterson, okay. My bad. I'm not gonna play his videos, I just kinda wanna see his face. Okay, I know who you're talking about. This guy's funny, I've seen clips of him. He's also the guy that interviewed the one homosexual guy. Yeah, he's funny. I've seen small clips of him. He's a very funny guy. He interviewed that one priest that was gay. And I was like, that's a little that kind of just contradicts the Bible, doesn't it? He said, I can't remember which video it was. It was about the one girl that I wish I could just play his videos. You know what? Let me see if I can just find the one video about the chick. That's pretty nice. It's very, like, the Bible is very good for wisdom. You can educate yourself. Especially if you don't know anything about the world. It'll uplift you. Like, when you input the Bible into your life, like, you know what I mean? Like, it actually, like, knowledge actually becomes power. Damn, my character's hungry. Damn. I'm not even sure if it's on YouTube. I know you're hearing. It had something to do with the LGBTQ. Bro, he has so many funny clips. What is it? Maybe it's on TikTok. Can I find TikTok? I don't think I'm signed in. Whatever. Stop. Thank you. Jeez. Jeez, bro. It's not this one. What one was it? Like I said, when you apply it to your life, it's actually power. Like, you're gonna be... You know, the Bible says that iron sharpens iron. So, one friend sharpens another friend. When you implement the Bible into your life, you're like a sharp sword. Oh, with Dr. Umar. That's interesting. That'd be interesting to watch. Dr. Umar. Dr. Umar is something else, bro. Is that a snow bunny in my chat? I'm gonna need you to leave. Dr. Umar or something else. Never even found it. And bro, I'll see if I can grab the time. I gotta make a call after stream. I believe you.
I was giving a talk about what went wrong in this country, and I said that when women got the right to vote.
Yes! Women aren't such bad voters. Single women are bad voters.
Yes.
And especially single mother women are bad voters because they don't feel like they have a man they can rely on. So what they want is the welfare, the benefits, the child care and family leave acts, all this stuff for the kids. But what it ends up doing, I mean, it gets to be this inevitable vicious cycle where men become irrelevant.
That's right.
And that's what liberals want, because if there's no family, they can totally rule over us.
I think that clip actually started off so wild. Yeah, we definitely would, bro. But that clip just started off so wild. Bro, I swear, bro, there is one that he was having a conversation with this bisexual girl. It was African, and she had like short hair, she had a girlfriend and everything. He was saying, I can't remember, bro. Let me see if I can find. Obviously, I'm not gonna be able to because I'm not logged in. That's the only bad thing about TikTok. I would log into my account, but just look for. I really want to find that clip. And I'm not going to be able to find it either. Mainly because I'm not logged in, so it doesn't let me just look at the video section. It's not this. Oh, this is the one about the
innate
pastor.
mean? What does that mean? I'm black and slow. I don't know what that means.
The word innate. The word innate means that I'm not changing. I'm not becoming something else. I am who I am.
Just before we started the show, you said that you introduced your. Is he your husband or your wife? Is that your husband? He gonna be your husband or your wife?
I remember
I'm gonna
this.
end interview.
Why?
Because we're ending this right now.
Why you want to end?
We're ending it.
Well,
Take
why
this
come
off.
back?
Take this off. When you want to have a real conversation,
I'm
call
having-
me.
I'm-
No, you're bullshitting me,
Come
and
back.
I'm not gonna be a part of that. Come take this off of me, or I'm gonna take it with me.
Come back.
I'm not gonna be a part of that. Come take this off of me, or I'm gonna take it with me. I'm not gonna be a part of that. Come take this off of me, or I'm gonna take it with me. I'm not gonna be a part of that. Come take this off of me, or I'm gonna take it with me.
I remember
Well,
watching this.
why are you running?
Come take this off of me,
He
or I'm
said,
gonna take it with me.
let me know when you have a real conversation. The real
You're
conversation was
disrespecting
just
me.
starting.
But no, I'm
So-
asking you really. What does the word in
Mhm.
innate?
The real conversation was just starting too.
So you're gay?
I think it's good that he actually like he kind of triggers people, but in a way that'll make them think more instead of just being so close-minded. You think like, let's just say example Christians or religious people are close-minded, but it's like they already been through a certain process and now they're here. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how to explain it. Like you would assume the person's closed-minded, but they're not. It's that they've already been through it and they've seen all types of angles of life.
I'm gay.
I
Mm.
didn't know you were gay.
Yeah, well, I just told you.
How did you become gay?
One doesn't become gay, one is born that way.
Does God know you're gay?
I believe so.
Did he make you that way?
That's my opinion.
You think that God made you gay? So you're gay?
That contradicts like the Bible itself, bro. God. Hold on, before I even get into that. It's good. Like I said, the more people are triggered by that, the more it's gonna trigger them to think more. But in the beginning, I could have swore that God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to like. I would get so much hate for just saying that alone, but it's the truth. Like, what came first? Was it the chicken or the egg? Okay, can't be the egg. Who's gonna take care of it? Now, if it's the chicken, then there's got to be a rooster, and then they make the egg. Then they take care of the egg. So it all started in one place. God didn't just make Adam and Eve. You know what I mean? I kind of want to know their. I kind of want to know their conversations. Dr. Umar or something else, bro. Guys, I gotta ask you something, bro, because this is something that like dwelled on my mind for like a while. And I'm actually gonna show you what I'm talking about. Since we're in YouTube, we might as well just just the background's giving to me. I bet. I really don't doubt this is deja vu. This is all deja vu. You remember Kanye talking about the how all black people were Jews? Yeah. I don't, bro, I'm gonna get into it once I show you this clip. But Kanye being crazy, I feel like everyone's crazy in their own way. Like, you know how every villain has their own justified story behind their actions? Like, they'll do something horribly bad and they'll call it justice, basically. Like, something that's just so absurd, like Thanos. Thanos basically deleted like half the population in the universe in order for every planet to be able to not drive themselves into overpopulation and hunger. That was his way of trying to give people justice. And I don't know how to explain it, but everyone has their own view on justice and what is right and what is wrong, or what needs to be done and what doesn't need to be right, doesn't need to be done. There is a clip, recent, like a most recent clip. You're seeing that the real Jews are black, and that all black people are Jews. But when you say that, it kind of just contradicts that the Africans that stayed in. I was thinking about this earlier today when I saw the clip. when you're saying all black people are the black Israelites, let me just say that you're already stating that the Egyptians that stayed behind when Moses basically parted the sea. Well, the scripture says that Jesus is black. In the book of Revelation, it talks about that his hair is white like wool. His countenance is as if the sun was rainwashed. He definitely was. Like, there's a scripture for it, explains it. But then again, even Solomon was black too. David was black too. Most of the people in the Old Testament were black. His hair, his head and his hairs were white like wool, as white snow. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like onto fine brass, as if they were burned in a furnace. This is already stating that he's black. His skin is fine like fine brass, and his voice has the sound of many waters. And he had in his right hand 7 stars, and out of his mouth went a sharp 2-edged sword, and his countenance was as the sun shineth in his strength. I wouldn't exactly say that. Rome basically made their own version of the Bible, which is why there is a Catholic religion. They don't call themselves Christians, they call themselves Catholics. Even though in the New Testament, Paul was talking about all the followers of Christ will be named Christians now. Yeah, I knew what you meant, Des. The Bible itself has just so much, bro. So many interesting stories. I think it might have been this one. There's a specific clip, bro. There's a short clip that somebody asked him about the black Israelites. That's interesting. They were talking. That's interesting. It just kind of bothers me when they say that all black people are Israelites. That's not the case, bro. Not Israelites, but Jews. The real Jews or black people. It's not like that. It doesn't work out like that. Literally, African people stay behind it. Black people stayed when Moses parted the sea. There was the slaves that Moses took with him, went into the wilderness, which when Moses died, Joshua continued his Moses's task that God gave him, and then took the Israelites out of the wilderness and into Israel. After Joshua, I believe it was Saul, and then after Saul, I believe it was David. After David, it was Solomon. After Solomon, it was Jeroboam, I believe. I could be wrong about Jeroboam. Could be Jeroboam, Solomon's son.
There's a lot of things that I love about Hitler. A lot of things. The Holocaust is not what happened. Let's look at the facts of that.
Jewish people, forgive Hitler today. Let it go.
Every human being has something of value that they brought to the table, especially Hitler. How about that one?
Dear Kanye West, anti-Semitism is not cool. In fact, it should not and cannot be tolerated anywhere, any place, or anytime. Let me explain. The definition of anti-Semitism is hostility to or prejudice against Jewish people. In other words, Jew hatred. Some people have stood up for you and said that your public statements against the Jews weren't real, or you didn't know what you're talking about, or you didn't really mean it. Since you followed up with more anti-Semitic statements since then, however, we're forced to believe that you really are prejudiced against the Jewish people.
Wow. I'm gonna show you something, Des. Yeah, I know, I just damn too. Trying to find where did it
that
cut
they
off
brought
at.
to the table, especially Hitler. How about that one?
Dear Kanye West, anti Semitism is not cool. In fact, it should not and cannot be tolerated anywhere, any place, or anytime. Let me explain. The definition of anti Semitism is hostility to or prejudice against Jewish people. In other words, Jew hatred. Some people have stood up for you and said that your public statements against the Jews weren't real, or you didn't know what you're talking about, or you didn't really mean it. Since you followed up with more anti Semitic statements since then, however, we're forced to believe.
It's because everyone believes, like, most Americans believe that Christianity is a whitewashed religion and they paint Jesus to be white when in fact the Bible claims that Jesus is black. I'd understand why he react that way. That's interesting that you mentioned that though.
Believe that you really are prejudiced against the
And of course, there's also the conversation that people would explain. It's like people would think religion or Christianity is used to enslave people when in fact God, Jesus, he doesn't want slaves. Like he wants a relationship like between creator and creation, which is creator God and then creation, which is you. Is a completely different, that's how I view it. Let me just say it like that because that's kind of like how it's explained. Like it's the relationship between you and God. Every other religion is just like slavery. It's like cults and stuff like that.
Jewish people. You see, the reason why the Jewish people have to take these threats against them so seriously is that they're used to this kind of
Probably does that to burn them. Not burn them, but to, you know what I mean, to cook them for a little while. Especially if they're uneducated.
rhetoric being the precursor to violence and many times death against them and their people. Regardless of whether or not you meant actual violence against Jews when you tweeted DEFCON 3 on the Jews.
Hey, if you join his podcast on his stream, what would you ask him? I just wonder.
Your hateful speech may very easily lead to actual violence against Jews. You see, there's a history here, and I'm not just talking about the Holocaust. Ever since the Jewish people were kicked out of their...
Bro, there's like this scripture that literally just sits in my mind. It kind of sits there rent free. Because I remember my girl talked about it. Oh, Dr. Umar. Oh, I'm sure it does. Just he kind of has like, I don't know. It's kind of like he kind of has like a minor crooked outlook, and I feel like that's the only thing that's bad about him. And it's basically like how all black people should stay with black people. It's like almost everyone should stay with their own race. Should have their own state. They have their own continent, bro. That's what I mean. Like it just doesn't make sense. There's like a minor like crooked outlook. But this is the one that kind of just sits rent free in my. The eye is the lamp of the body. If your eyes are healthy, your whole body will be full of light. But if your eyes are unhealthy, your whole body will be full of darkness. If then the light within you is darkness, how great is that darkness? You know how the eyes sometimes have like that glint? of like, you know, a baby has like that glint of innocence, kind of just defines innocence. It's like you look at, I don't want to judge anybody, bro, but example, his eyes. You see his eyes? They have glint. Trying to go back to that small picture of Kanye. I want you to do a comparison. You see his eyes? His eyes are, you just see for yourself. Everyone's like controlled by like a certain spirit. There's many spirits, especially in Hollywood. In other words, like people are not possessed, but they're basically like almost given ideas to do certain things. It's almost like a voice in their head. I wouldn't say he's evil. I would say whatever is making him believe that with that mindset is evil. It's like the spirit behind the person. It's like you know how the Bible says that the fight isn't really against the flesh, it's against principalities. Like it's basically other spirits. Like everything is spirit. We're spirit. Oh, whatever. Principalities. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the rulers of darkness of this age, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in the heavenly places. Oh yeah, the Ethiopian Bible is the very first Bible. Not the very first, but it's one of the oldest, like I'm talking the oldest Bible. But the only thing about the Bible is that, well, the Bible nowadays, like the King James Version, all about translation. Not about like if someone changed it or not. It's more like everything's translated from like ye to you. I mean, like kind of hard to explain. But you gotta look at people's eyes. People's eyes are gonna tell you a lot. Like the darkness.
Believe that you
The
really
darkness in
are
their eyes.
Holocaust. You made no secret of the fact that you took Nick Fuentes to dinner with former President Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago. Fuentes is an avid Holocaust denier, making fun of those who actually believe that 6 million Jews were killed in the gas chambers of Nazi Germany. Despite all odds, the Jewish people are still here. Less than a century after the devastation of the Holocaust, the Jewish people are not only still alive, but they are thriving inside their own nation in the land of Israel. The Jewish people are here to stay, but the sad reality that the world still hates them is always at the top of their mind. God made a covenant with Abraham, one that he said would last for eternity. That promise is still valid today. The only question is, what will our response as Christians be to that promise that God made so long ago? You see, for the Jews,
Like I said, you gotta think about like what's going on with them is religion, slavery. They think they have an idea of their God, which their God wants them to do a certain will, and then they're gonna keep on doing it just because it's their belief. Just like the people that are raised into religion, it's like something that's conditioned into them, and then forever they think that this is their God and this is the God of everyone. It's not really that case, if that makes sense. Muslims, yep. By Jews, do you mean what's going on in Israel, in Palestine?
Jewish people, anti-Semitism nearly always leads to violence.
I'm sure there's like a thing is in the end of times, nation will rise up against nation. So those are like the indicators. It's kind of like It's meant to happen, is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, more and more wars are gonna happen. Everything's gonna keep on escalating from here. And it's all written out in the Bible. Yeah, it's in the Bible. Everything was prophesied. But Jesus did mention when nation rises up against nation, you're gonna know it's close to the end of time. I'm showing you scripture. I'm not like too well versed with scriptures, which is why I'm looking them up for you. Just so you know, I'm not trying to like pull your leg. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. Do you remember, what was it, January 2nd, or was it January 4th? When the earthquake in Japan happened? A tsunami also happened, but it's not just that. Earthquake didn't just happen in Japan. It happened in like 28 other places around the world. And that's like, those are the early birth pains from what I remember. Pause, 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 pause. 24/7. Have to go back. And all these are the beginning of sorrows. Not necessarily. I wouldn't say like it's the end of the world. It's just these things are meant to happen. Like, it's all written out. And all these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many, this is actually something that's happening too. You would think so. Oh my god, the war against Gog and Magog. Oh, this is the one you want to hear about. People are saying that the war between Gog and Magog is Russia and Ukraine, but I don't think it's Russia and Ukraine. I think if anything, it'll be the US and China. Don't do me. Oh, it's also mentioned in the book of Ezekiel, but this is before it was mentioned in the book of Revelation. So this is Old Testament, the book of Ezekiel. I'll probably put Revelations up here. Maybe I'm tripping. I could have swore it was. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four corners of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom as the numbers of the sand of the sea. Oh, that's kind of wild. I think I've heard of that religion before. I can't say I wouldn't expect that from him. Hey, when the end of days here, well, when Jesus comes back, you're in between, you know what I mean? Like, you're standing on the fence. It's not gonna work out that way, bro. It's either the left side or the right side. The people in between, that's between God, bro. Make me want to watch the video, but I feel like I'll have too strong of an opinion on that. This is also another thing that's happening right now too. This is in the book of Revelation, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. I wouldn't say I'm smart, bro. A lot of pressure. but ye that endure unto the end. Oh, saved. I'll give it a watch. Just for you, bro. Umar, bro. Umar is just something else, bro. Which one is it? Is it the round 2? I feel like they have a history together. Because there's a part 1, and then there's a part 2. Top one, very tip top. This one. It was 2 years ago, though.
Clout. Woohoo! Tonight, people in our community have been accused of selling out for financial gain, political advantages, and even for something as simple as social
It's a low quality
media
video.
clout. Woohoo! Tonight, the business of being Black are sellouts. And who better to have this spirited conversation with than guests that I personally enjoy? Please welcome author and activist Reverend Jesse Lee Peterson. Hi, Reverend Peterson. How you doing,
Hi,
Reverend Jesse?
hey Tammy, all is well. Thanks for having me on.
Doctor of Clinical Psychology, Dr. Umar Johnson is with us.
Lee
Dr.
Peterson
Umar,
is so
hey.
funny, bro.
Good evening, Queen. Glad
Even
to
the
be
way
with
he
you.
talks,
And the president
he's just
of
an
the
interesting
African
person.
History Network, Michael Imhotep. Hi, Michael. How are you tonight?
How you doing, Miss Tammy Mack? Thanks for having me back.
I'm doing absolutely wonderful, and it's lovely to see your face on this show. So thank you.
Thank you.
Why is the question I start with on the Tammy Mack Show every night, and tonight is no different. Why should Black people care if they're a sellout or not? I'll give it to you first, Michael.
Why should Black people? You're talking about the individual person. Why should they care?
The individual person or Black people, as in the community.
Well, if we take the community first, the collective, a person who's a sellout will purposely do things that are detrimental to the African American community for personal gain, financial position, what have you. From my basic understanding of sellout, so
I kind of want to know why the conversation even started out that way. Like sellout. What are we talking about? Who's a culprit? Who's a snitch here, bro? Like what's going on?
I think, and this can be in various forms. So the community has to be concerned because of the damage, the harm that it can do to the collective, to the community. The individual should be concerned because of one, they are part of a collective.
Oh,
It's not
Jesse's a
just
sellout.
this
That's interesting.
individualism that like really became popular in 1980s here in the U.S. This rugged individualism. You're part of a collective. You're part of a whole. You're part of an African village, whether you realize it or not. So,
I feel like he's the example of a closed-minded person. Like, by the way he's explaining, he's already chosen a side. But maybe I'm tripping, but... Oh, to the white power structure. That's interesting.
I think you have to be concerned about what you contribute to the community, what you contribute to society, what type of energy also you put out into the universe. And then there's a universal law called karma. What goes around comes around.
Yeah. All right. Reverend Jesse, why should Black people care about the word sellout?
Well, in reality, there's no such thing as sellout. Our battle is a spiritual battle. It's a warfare between good and evil. And when the Black people, most Black people today are in a fallen state. They don't know God. They don't have love. They come from screwed up families, so they're very angry. And in their state of anger, they're very judgmental because they have a big pride about them.
It's generational anger, too. It's like anger that's just passed on to their child. Like, rinse and repeat. When I say generational, I mean like, it's just trauma from one parent to child. And it's never ending. So I definitely see what he's saying there. That's why a lot of people from the Black community tend to be more on the bitter side. But nowadays, 2023, 2024, I should say, everyone has the same opportunity to grow anywhere.
Which is the nature of Satan. And so when other blacks overcome that fallen state and return to what is right and love what is right and love God with all their heart, soul, and might, and their neighbor as themselves, the blacks who are in a fallen state cannot handle that because they're very judgmental. And what they try to do in their state of evil, they try to keep other black men and women down because they hate good. And if you notice, Tammy, most black people today don't believe in God. Most of them are evil and they hate good. And that's what the primary.
I was gonna say something, but then I caught myself because I don't want to make anyone mad. Damn.
So they'll blame somebody else for their problems rather than facing them themselves. And you can always.
Bro, what was Charleston White? What's his name? Bro, do you remember Charleston White? The guy that was with Aiden Ross? That he was saying most inmates he was saying that most inmates come out of prison as angry Muslims because they feel like God failed them. You ever heard about that?
Man or woman who is in a fallen state, they blame everybody else for their.
But he made like a joke out of it too. I gotta look that up.
Failures, and most black people are doing that today.
Dr. Umar, sellout.
I would say that.
Keep in mind, I'm not trying to judge anybody any type of way, but he was talking facts, bro. A lot of people that claim to be Christians go through turmoil and then they give up and think that God gave up on them and then they switch sides just because things weren't going their way. And maybe it's because things weren't meant to go their way. That is true. I mean, we're getting different people's views here too, for sure.
When you deal with the
and I get to hear your point of view also.
Concept of the sellout, you have to deal with it within the context of post-traumatic slavery disease. I always say that the Negro is one of the greatest creations of the modern era because the Negro is the only organism that will work against its own best interests without being paid to do so. And when we deal with the politics of selling out, we have to recognize that selling
21.
Somebody else for their problems rather than facing them themselves. And
this is such a low quality video, bro, so I can't even explain it.
Is extremely accepted in the Black community because the Black community has never created a code of conduct for its members. Every other culture, although they are not monolithic, they do not live in a utopia, but they do have a code of conduct. We have never created such a code in the modern era. And because we haven't created a code, a lot of people can ignore the accusation that they have sold out because every person has their own definition, which is based on their own personal commitment to the Black community. So for example, to Dr. Umar Johnson, if you date outside of your race, you're a sellout because protecting and maintaining the traditional Black family, in my opinion, is something that all of us should be in the business of doing. But for the next person, dating outside of your race may be accepted. Some people would see a Black.
I don't get it. I'm Puerto Rican. You know what I mean? So does that mean if I'm like with an Asian girl, I'm a sellout, or a white girl, or even a Black girl? Like, I'm Puerto Rican, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm technically considered, well, I'm Latino in the US, but I'm technically, like, people will look at me and I just look like either a Dominican or a Black person. Because in America, people stereotype Dominicans as dark skin, even though Dominicans can be whiter than white. Oh yeah, I know. I definitely know what he means. You know who else does that? The Japanese and the Chinese and the Koreans. they date, you know what I mean? They only date Asian races to keep the bloodline strong. Little did you know you're messing with your cousin. I mean, I don't know. I feel some type of way about it.
Person worshiping a image of Jesus as a white man as clearly being indicative of selling out. But someone else would say there's nothing wrong with worshiping Jesus in the image of your oppressor. And so we have different levels of commitment to the Black community, and those different levels of commitment, Tammy, dictate how high of a bar we set for one another.
I get what he's saying, but we live in 2023. Or even let's just go back a couple years, 2021. Anyone that's educated in the Bible knows that Jesus is white. You know what I mean?
So we don't have a code. We don't the black community has not designated a code that keeps us I guess not selling out. Speaking of sell out, let's make sure that we're working.
I don't know, like calling it a sellout for dating somebody outside your race. You really cannot help who you fall in love with, bro. Like somebody's gonna try to, let's just say somebody comes through and tells me, yo, I need you need to date a black person because you're black. But what if I just so happen to fall in love with a black girl or white girl or Japanese girl, like people that are kind of like outside my race? There's one race, and that's the human race. The only difference is the melanin in our skin. So I don't understand why we need to be picky on who we date. I understand what you mean, but we're not in danger of extinction. You do that to animals when animals are about to become extinct. You force them to mate with each other. Like that mindset that Dr. Umar has, it's like, it's such a closed mindset. It's somebody hurt him, bro. Like that's what, if the more you listen to him, the more you're gonna figure out somebody definitely hurt him. And God forbid it was a white man. You know what I mean?
On the same definition of a sellout here. So, Reverend Jesse.
Like I would understand, like, yo, we don't have enough. Like, for example, there's gingers that are actually going extinct. Why aren't we talking about them? There's not enough gingers on the planet. We have albino people in Africa, but you don't see them anywhere else across the planet. You know what I mean? Like, why are we focused on a race that's abundant? White people are abundant, black people are abundant, Asians are abundant, the Russians are abundant, European people from France, England, Italy, Spain, such and such, Germany. I just don't understand what's the whole point of trying to drag on a point of view like that years and years down the line. That just means you're stuck in your ways. You're not willing to change. If you're not listening to Jesse, especially, he had a very good point. Like, I just don't believe you should be. And I also don't want to be like this guy, Michael, that just chose a side before, like right off the gate. But it's just like I'm listening to them. I'm listening to what they're saying.
You say that there's no such thing as a sellout, but you can't admit that the word sell.
But it's these same people that we're listening to that are working on dividing the country instead of unifying it, which is part of the problem that we're facing. That's why there's so much division in this country, and the US person, like specifically, and across the world too. Like, why aren't we loving each other? We all hate each other. Why? We all bleed the same. We all have a heart and mind and soul and spirit, and it came from God. We all have one God. We all live under one sky. That's true. But you're a smart man because you're willing to listen to wisdom. A lot of people are deaf to wisdom. You tell them a certain instruction like, yo, the fire you touch is gonna burn. They don't listen, they get burned. Don't walk this way, you're gonna fall off. Oh, the blind are leading the blind. The Bible said that. That's good. The Bible also says to, well, how did it specifically word it? Be quick to listen and slow to speak. That's how it was.
Out does exist and that it is used, right?
Yeah, it is used just like the word racism. We all know that there's no such thing as racism. It's a word that made up to deceive the blind. And so when they
I was just talking about the blind leading the blind. Racism is a practice. Everything's a practice. Everything we do is a practice. For us to basically be with a woman is a practice. We got to be taught to. We have a class called sex ed that basically teaches us how to make babies. Think about that.
use the word sellout, it's meant to divide and conquer. But if you're not in a fallen state, meaning that Satan,
Bro, he's talking about everything that I just mentioned. Bro.
it's not your daddy, you can see the game that's being played. Like Dr. Umar just said, he just spoke as a blind man. He has no idea what he's talking about because there's no such thing as slavery syndrome or whatever he said.
What he's talking about, well, Dr. Umar has kind of like a slave mindset. He believes he's still like enslaved, but he's never been enslaved. He wasn't alive during that time. It's just generational trauma that's just been passed on from his parent to him, and then now he's dealing with certain types of, like, let's just say white people, for example, that's treated him a certain way or didn't give him the same opportunities as somebody else. But it does something to you.
That our battle is a spiritual battle. It's either right or wrong, good or evil. And in the good old days, when boys were boys and men were men, men knew that and they led their wives and children in the right way to go. And they did have a conduct of morality. They treated everyone they would like in the way that they would like to be treated, never mind the color. They taught their children how to work and be responsible and not blame and whine. And they didn't put it out there as though.
You ever notice that kids don't see color? When kids play with other kids, they don't see color. They just play.
They couldn't make it. Dr. Umar Johnson just
Well, I
made
don't
up
think we
words.
should. I don't, Reverend Jesse. I don't think we should suggest that one person knows more than the other in a sense of you saying you know it all.
They already, like, they chose their sides, bro. Like, even her, she's going up against him. Yeah.
And anyone else on the panel knows less. That's a little unfair.
Yeah, well, I may not know my flowers, but I know Dr. Umar Johnson is blind and that he's wrong. And he doesn't know God. So he's telling people.
Bro, look at her face. Like, she confronted him, and then he confronted her back about what she said. And it's like, the way you can read someone, it's like the way they start blinking, too.
It's a little unfair.
Yeah,
like,
well, I may not know
it's
my
like this.
flowers, but I know Dr. Umar Johnson is blind and that he's wrong. And he doesn't know God. So he's telling people words, fancy words, in order to deceive them. If you knew that our battle is a battle between good and evil, then you wouldn't make up words in order to.
But that's true. If you knew it was a battle between good and evil, then you would definitely know not to use fancy words in order to divide people.
To deceive, you would tell the truth and hope that those who are blind may wake up and see the right way to go. I grew up on a plantation down in Alabama under the Jim Crow laws, and back then, black
and there
people
were no slaves on that plantation.
Well, yeah, they had. As a matter of fact, my grandparents' parents ran the plantation, but they weren't slaves when I was growing up. And the point is, black people had a sense of morality then, and they loved what was right. They worked hard. They loved their country. They didn't blame because the men were leading the way.
Hold that thought, Reverend Jesse.
Now the black men saw like women.
Hold that thought, Reverend Jesse. Dr. Umar, go ahead. I don't want him to bring your name up and not allow you to respond.
It's okay. I had been on Reverend Jesse's show before, and they have been trying diligently to have me come back. And one of the reasons
But he is using like the prettiest words, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Like he is using like the prettiest words. Diligent.
Did not return to the show is because I believe that Jesse Lee Peterson knows better. In fact, he would be a textbook definition of a sellout because he is the type of black man who will bend over backwards to absolve the American white power structure of any responsibility for what happens to black people. And like many sellouts, they always ignore or they try to uh, retreat away from acknowledging the role that systemic racism plays in the life of black people. Racism is not only about the individual mistreatment of black people, it is about the systemic mistreatment of black people. See, racism is a system that all white people participate in to disadvantage all members of.
Bro, is it? I don't know if it's just me, but it's like I don't know why, bro, but it's like what he's saying, it's like going in one ear of mine and out the other. And it's because when I just hear like things of the past, he's actually like stuck in the past. Like why are we talking about I don't know, bro. It's like we live in 2024. Don't get me wrong, racism still happens. But it's just not like how we used to. Okay.
Of another group. So you don't opt in, you don't opt out. And members of the target group don't opt in or opt out. But what they can do, as Jesse Lee Peterson has so effectively done in his career, is they can identify with the power structure. They can identify with white racism and they can carve out a niche for themselves by defending the racism that is attacking black people as opposed to defending black people against that racism. A black man in America who does not stand up for his people and in turn aligns himself with the structure that is eating away at the opportunities of black people can go very far in this country. Senator Tim Scott is an example. Jesse Lee Peterson is an example. And we will continue to create these types of personalities, Sister Tammy, if we don't come up with a code and if the black community doesn't start holding its members accountable for dysfunctional behavior.
We're going to take a quick break and come right back on the Tammy Mac Late Show on Fox Soul.
With that being said, what he's saying basically means that everyone should be held accountable for their actions also. Not just as an individual, but the community itself. So in every single household, white or black, everyone should be accountable for how their children are brought up. Maybe I'm overthinking it.
6-7 months ago, we was out here fighting for our lives. In 6 months, everybody forgot about that.
Fox Soul presents
mainstream news, they don't do right by us.
Worth a Conversation with Jeezy.
People like yourself keep people engaged.
Part of what I'm trying to do is like define the narrative before the media and before the police get to it.
Every Wednesday.
People need to understand, like, no, this is something we should be furious about.
Right.
On Fox Soul.
Oh, they're wild with this ad.
Song. I had another song that I wanted to drop. They were like, nah, bro, you gotta drop track.
Welcome back to the Tammy Mac Late Show on Fox Soul. Tonight, the business of being black are sellouts. Are you a sellout? Is there such thing as a sellout? Let's go to the chat and find out what they're saying. Maya Magahi says, this panel is lit. Hakai says, queen. Joy says, hey, y'all, I'm sorry I got consumed at work, but I'm here now and happy to be. Incog says,
Pause. You imagine I would have missed the seat. Just fell on the ground. You would have witnessed that live. But back to the show.
Uh-oh, Dr. Umar Johnson, it's about to be lit tonight. And then, hold on here. Where are we?
I'm a little chilly.
Oh, Don.
It's like, it's storming outside. Like it's snowing. I'm a little chilly.
Morris says, Jassy. That's how it's written. That's how I'm saying it. And then our soulmate says, all your skin folk ain't your kinfolk. And then Keep Me Lovely says, imagine asking a white person, why should you care about this word? Hashtag not for sale. That's a good question. And if a white person were on my panel, they'd be asked the same question, because that's the question I start every show with every night. Why should Black people care? Now, the answers are up to you. Perhaps Black people shouldn't care. Perhaps I shouldn't be asking Black people. The answer is all up to you. I simply ask the questions. I am the host and moderator. But thank you for that. I'll get a white person on the show and ask them. Joy says there are really strong words. These are really strong words. And then let's see. Okay, Ursula O says it is on and popping tonight on the Tammy Mac show. Rising the 80s, or I sing the 80s. I sing the 80s says Reverend Jesse is a walking contradiction. We're going to let you respond to that in a minute, Reverend Jesse, but I want to go to Michael here. Michael, according to Harvard law professor and author Randall L. Kennedy, the term sellout refers to Black people who knowingly or with gross negligence act against the interests of Blacks as a whole. Do you believe that those people exist?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, they exist. I was reading some of Randall Kennedy's work earlier today. Yeah, absolutely, they exist. That's what I was talking about. Those who knowingly, there's a difference between somebody who makes a mistake and doesn't know better. You share information with them, they correct their behavior. There's a difference between that and people who actually knowingly do it to profit economically or what have you, and they don't care about doing harm to African Americans, to the community, what have you. So absolutely, it exists. Now, in this, the other thing is, I think in this whole social media culture, okay, I think in this whole cancel culture also, I think sometimes the term sellout may be used prematurely or something like that. Because we're in this whole cancel culture. A lot of times, if somebody says the wrong thing, you just want to cancel them or what have you. So I think you're dealing with that, but dealing with that nuance as well. But oh yeah, absolutely, sellouts exist throughout history. During slavery, after slavery, absolutely sellouts exist.
Why do you think the term is so loaded in the Black community?
Well, I think, Dr. Umar hit on something, and I deal with things like this as well. Because of the history of slavery in this country, African Americans have largely been stripped of African history and culture, things like this. Our culture, and two of my teachers, Dr. Leonard Jeffries and Professor James Small, and Dr. Umar knows who they are. They talk about how African history and culture gives us our foundation, it gives us our VIPs, our values, our interests, and our principles. And this gives us a cultural paradigm that we see reality through, but this gives us some type of code of conduct, as Dr. Umar was talking about. So when you deal with other ethnic groups in this country, for the most part, they have their history and culture intact to a certain extent, and this gives them that code of conduct he was talking about. That gives them that foundation. Largely for us, it's been taken away from us, and many of us, in various ways, been trying to take back, reclaim certain aspects of it. But we're operating at a deficit, So sellouts definitely exist.
The Reverend Jesse, we got soulmates in the chat for you. One from None says Jesse holds Black people accountable, but Deja E says Reverend Jesse claims folks don't know God, but he sounds the most judgmental and hypocritical than anybody. What do you say to that? I guess she's saying hypocritical in a sense of, you say you were raised on a plantation, or your parents were raised on a plantation, but how can a plantation exist if there were no slaves? So that in itself would be kind of incongruent or hypocritical. What do you say to that?
Once upon a time, there were slaves in America. That is not happening today. and it wasn't happening when I was growing up in Alabama. This idea that slavery is the cause of the lack of morality for Black people is insane. It's just another sign of of an illogical mindset. Because when I was growing up, the bathroom was outdoors, outside bathroom. I had to work the cotton fields and things like that. But it was the character of the man or the woman that counted. And when I was growing up, Black people at that time were known to be men and women of character. Today, Black people, not all, but most, are known to be men and women who lack character. The world know that Black people are suffering not because of this phony idea of racism, slavery, systemic racism, and all that crap. They know that Black people are immoral, that they come from failing parents, and that they hate everybody and they have no love.
But that's not
Everybody
your
knows
story,
it,
is it,
but
Reverend
they're
Jesse?
afraid to tell the Blacks.
That's not your story, is it, Reverend Jesse? Is that your story?
No, because I was raised differently. I was raised to treat all in the way that I would like to be treated, to be fair and to be honest, because you're either children of God or children of Satan. And it has nothing to do with the color. And the children of God cannot hang out with the children of Satan because they have their hearts are wicked and they have illogical mindset. The two men that just spoke, it made no sense.
So
But
I'd like for you to
it's
teach me.
illogical. They don't have a
I would like for
logic.
you to, Reverend Jesse, I would like for you to teach me for a moment here.
He does. He has some very good points. From what I'm listening to, yeah.
Yes.
Please break me away from tradition and what I've been taught in the white schools that I've attended that suggest that there was this society in America that wouldn't allow white people and Black people to drink from the water fountains. Did the white
Or even
institutions
use the
I
same
attend
bathroom.
teach me that wrong, or was that correct? I'm ready to learn from you.
Well, as a matter of fact, when I was growing up, I remember the colors only signs and the whites only signs.
Mm-hmm.
But because most Black people loved what was right, they loved God, they knew that all white people did not feel that way. It was primarily the white people who belonged to the Democratic Party, and they didn't want Blacks to be a part of the Democratic Party. And so that's why the Blacks started the Republican Party, because the Blacks. So when we dealt with for Black only signs, for white only, common sense said it wasn't everybody. It was those who serve evil.
But it was majority of the white people. We can agree with that,
No,
right?
it wasn't. It wasn't the majority of Black people. It was a few
I said
Black
majority
people.
of the white people.
I'm sorry.
Let's get back onto sellouts. Dr. Umar.
Yes, ma'am. And I would like to.
Yo, they ganging up on him, bro. I don't know if you know this, but it's like it's all just kind of orchestrated to shame him.
Respond to him, if I may, Sister
And it
Tammy.
wasn't a majority of whites.
Thank you. Go ahead, Dr.
I want to clarify something.
He is right. It was a majority of whites that were basically with the idea that one side should be Black people, bathroom, and then bathroom. It's just like how they wanted to free slaves. It wasn't all white people that were in it for having slaves.
When we talk about
or else slavery would still be here today. I mean,
racism is not an individual personality fault.
It doesn't exist, man.
Racism.
It definitely is an individual fault when it comes to racism, because it's not a whole race that's just gonna be racist towards someone. It's always an individual, because that individual was taught how to be racist. Racism is a practice.
Racism is not about individual personality. Racism is about system.
Also, I don't mean to interrupt him, but it also depends on the person's heart. So individual personality, I believe what Jesse meant there is like the person's heart. Like someone is either a good-hearted person or just a cold-hearted person. They just don't care. They're evil.
Systemic injustice, systemic bias.
And most likely someone that's evil probably turned Dr. Umar, the Dr. Umar he is today. You know what I mean? It's all trauma. Everyone's just trauma bonding.
Systemic disproportionality. systemic discrimination. You do
That's
not opt
dumb.
out of you do not opt out of
That is
racism.
dumb.
All white people benefit from and participate in racism. So whether your ancestors owned black people or not is irrelevant. And the reason it is irrelevant, Sister Tammy, is because even if your ancestors didn't own black people, they worked at a job that was created because of the enslavement of black people. So there's no such thing as slavery did not impact my family. Just like in today's America, all white people benefit from the mass incarceration of black people. They benefit from the miseducation of black.
I mean, don't get me wrong. A lot of people were made rich from slavery and then continued on their life. Like whatever their families, like grandparent left off for such a certain lineage of people, of white people specifically. They were made rich from slavery and are still rich today. Don't get me wrong, like that's an actual thing.
Children, they benefit from the police brutality against black people. So I want to make sure we are clear.
What you're saying
Racism is not about individual white people
but what
choosing
you're
to
saying
hate
is
blacks.
a lie.
Racism,
But it's also like there's good cops and there's bad cops. That's another thing.
is about the system of racism
That's a
that
lie.
controls opportunities and resources, Sister Tammy. Racism is not about the attitude. It's about the control of resources and opportunities.
Tammy, that is not true.
The practice of racism itself, it's definitely to control the resources in person and opportunities. That part itself about racism is true. So I definitely agree with him in that aspect when racism is in effect.
This is why we have to we must get to know ourselves so that we can overcome that fallen state. Dr. Umar is evil for putting out a lie like that because
Yeah, even I know that. Everybody knows that. It's a tactic to keep one race prospering and the other one diminishing.
or lies like that because people are going to believe in
Let's
it.
refrain from calling people names.
Okay,
Reverend
but
Jesse.
he's not telling the truth.
We have to refrain, Sister Tammy.
Bro, they're orchestrated, bro. This is actually orchestrated. I see the way they're kind of just like teaming with each other against him.
But at the same time, I think it's important that we understand the difference between the Negro and the coon. Sister Tammy, this is a very important distinction that has to be made.
But Dr. Umar kind of reminds me of the modern day Uncle Ruckus.
The Negro is innocent in his ignorance, Sister Tammy. As Brother Michael said earlier, some people make mistakes against the race unknowingly. If you make a mistake against the race unknowingly, that was a Negro. Negroes are innocent. They think white people are more intelligent. They think Jesus is black because they haven't been taught any better. But a coon knows better. But the coon voluntarily identifies with his oppressor because there is an agenda that he's looking to get filled. And the sad
and that's his definition of a sellout. That's interesting.
Thing about Jesse Lee Peterson is he is too old to be cooning at this point in his life. And the fact that he claims to be a man of God doing the devil's work makes him a total hypocrite.
But Tammy, you know what I just want to add to that? To hear Dr. Umar and the other man to speak this way.
That's Michael.
Is Michael, sorry. To hear Michael and Dr. Umar speak this way is abnormal for men. Normally men, when I was growing up, they had...
Nah, they came here with a plan, Jesse. Look at that nigga's face, bro. Look at Michael's... Oh, my bad, bro. Hold on, let me move the cam. I'm doing this wrong. Let me move the cam. Okay, at the bottom. I didn't know, like, I was covering that much, but look at that man's face. Like, he knew. Look at his face, bro. He's like, yeah, we on you right now. Yeah. No, he definitely, he was cooking for a little bit. He definitely was. Don't get me wrong, like the tide's gonna keep changing, especially with he's getting teamed up on. So it's gonna keep changing. But this man right here, that's a smirk of that's a sellout. That's the face of a sellout right there.
That logical
Yeah.
mindset. But today's black man has an illogical mindset because he thinks like a woman. He has not overcome the spirit of the woman and returned to the logical
There is
mindset of the
nothing more
father.
effeminate than a
Because
white man defending a white
sound
power
like he
structure
sound
against
like
black
they
people.
are
There is
illogical
nothing
in
more
their
effeminate.
mindset.
Now the child in him came out. Don't get me wrong, Jesse was also interrupting him, but now Umar is really, he seems like he's actually upset.
Than a black man defending a white power structure against black people.
Hey, why are you speaking? Hold on.
You are politically
supposed
effeminate,
to be
Jesse Lee
logical
Peterson.
in their mind.
You are politically
and
effeminate.
women are illogical
You are
in their
politically
mindset, right?
effeminate.
Why are you
You
screaming
are
over me?
defending the white power structure
hold on.
against your own people.
Hey.
But my thing is, bro, this is what I mean when they're teaming up on him. Tammy isn't stopping Umar from talking, but Tammy stopped Jesse from talking and interrupting Umar. But now Umar is just like going crazy, you know what I mean? Coon is a crazy word.
While you claim to be a man of God, you are a disgrace to your race, sir. You are a disgrace to your race.
And so normally,
Dr. Umar.
Now she's finally deciding, oh, you know what I mean? Hold that thought.
Logical mindset would bring the women and children to a logical mindset to help them to overcome. But now the black men, not all but most, they think like their mothers and grandmothers. So they all think just like women, and that's why you can't get it right.
So indicting racism makes you a woman.
God, and that order is God in Christ, Christ in man, man over woman, and woman over
I'm
children.
not interested in a religious interpretation.
I feel like what Jesse's trying to push is just the love of God and how we should all stop looking at the color of our skins and just think about the person. It's like the bodies that we have are just vehicles that we drive. It's not exactly like who we are. Who we are is like inside, like our soul. That's our personality. Like our soul carries our personality. I don't think any of them are. I just feel like I don't think any of them are sellouts. I just feel like they all have their own point of views, but it just so happens to be 3 against 1. So 3 have a common point of view, common enemy, and they're just working together. I wouldn't necessarily say any of them are sellouts. It's just they have their own understanding of certain topics, and that's the understanding they want to hold on to. Yeah. It's basically like a black version of patriotism.
Today's black woman is over the men. And
it is a mistake to use religion to interpret political phenomena.
That's why
we're going to take a quick break and we'll come right back on the Tammy Mac Show on Fox Soul. Let's take a quick break. We'll come right back.
This is definitely interesting. Interesting. Get this. Where are we at? Here.
Welcome back to the Tammy Mac Late Show on Fox Soul, where tonight the business of being black are sellouts. Joining me is the author and activist, Reverend Jesse Lee Peterson, also Doctor of Clinical Psychology, Dr. Umar Johnson, and the president of the African History Network, Michael Imhotep. Michael.
That's the thing. He's trying to implement what he knows from the Bible into... He's basically trying to practice what he preaches. Like he's trying to somewhat spread the gospel, but at the same time, he's using it in a political point of view, in a way that he's hoping they would understand. But the thing is, if you're talking to people, and the best way someone of the world can understand you is if you speak of the things about the world. Now, if you speak about the things of God people aren't gonna understand. It's like if you have an ear to hear, you will listen. The people of God are gonna listen to the words of God. The people of the world are gonna listen to the things of the world. I can't say that. Like I said, I don't exactly think any of them are wrong. I just believe they're pushing an agenda right now, which they shouldn't be pushing. And the agenda is division.
I do want to talk
Because
about.
you gotta keep in mind that every single person here, they're very highly, they're popular. Like a lot of people know them. There isn't a nobody on here. You know what I mean? These people are known. They have followers. I don't know, bro.
A specific, I want to get into some cultural things that may be a sellout right now and talk about that. I was just looking at a video of the comedian Monique kind of explaining an interview between she and comedian Steve Harvey. And I think somewhere in that interview, Steve Harvey said, this is not about black or white, this is about green. And Monique said, and that's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to lose my integrity for the green. When Steve Harvey went to visit President Trump, the black community turned on him slightly. He got him back, but they definitely turned on him for making that visit to the president. Why? Why? It would seem to me that if there is a president of the United States and you want him,
You know what we need, bro? And I know people have been saying this for ages. We need a Puerto Rican president. If there's a Puerto Rican president, I feel like everything would change. I think the country would be so much more happy. There'd be a party every day. I'm kidding. I mean, stop.
To do some things that are beneficial to your community, you would have to visit him at the least, right? Why was the black community so upset, and did that make Steve Harvey a sellout?
Well, here's the thing. I think I remember the conversation between Steve Harvey and Monique. And I can understand Monique saying, I don't want to give up my integrity for the money, because in Hollywood, or as some people call it, Hollyweird, you have a lot of people who are willing to give up their integrity for the dollar and do anything for the dollar. So I can understand that from Monique's perspective. With it's tricky when you see what's interesting is that at the time that Steve Harvey, and I respect Steve Harvey, at the time Steve Harvey went to visit with Trump, Trump was, when it came to the African American community, Trump wasn't meeting with politicians. He wasn't meeting with people coming with agendas for the African American community in general. He's meeting with entertainers. Okay. And I think Steve Harvey may have meant well, but I wouldn't have gone unless I'm going with a group with an agenda, pushing policies, pushing issues to benefit the African American community. So Steve Harvey is not a politician. I have not known him to.
From what he's saying, it seems like in Trump's position, or even in Steve Harvey's position, for them to even have met, it's just to gain face. And to gain face is to gain popularity through certain audiences. Like he said, he's not meeting people that are coming with an agenda. He's meeting people that are just entertainers. They didn't come to basically like advise or propose something that may benefit the community, which I do believe that some things should be said to every president. Like there's things that need to be done in this country, which a lot of presidents have not done, even Obama. I wouldn't exactly try to make laws for one specific race, because you're right, it would cause division. Because it's just like if you have children, you let this child do this, but you're not allowing the other child to do the other thing, they're going to be rebellious. You gotta treat people like children sometimes. Yeah, that's what he's talking about. Having like the special treatment. We should just be pushing for equality, and that's it. Because equality is gonna do a lot for everyone. That's when people will truly stop seeing color, when equality is actually in effect. Equality would help people be unified. I do see what he's saying though, because there are some things that, like I said, they need to push towards equality more.
To be involved in politics in the past. He
But
may
neither
have.
is Kim Kardashian, and she visited and got things done.
Well, see, here's the thing. People mention Kim Kardashian, but they don't mention the two African American female attorneys behind her who were doing the work, who doing the legal work. See, she sees Trump wanted a photo out with her. It was two African American women who are attorneys doing the legal work. Okay, they were the ones doing the groundwork, the grunt work. So oftentimes when they talk about a Kim Kardashian and you see the photo in the White House with Trump and things like this, they leave the sisters out who are really doing the work, who are the attorneys.
Well, I think I'm speaking specifically of the optics of it all. It seemed as if Kim Kardashian could go to Trump and ask for some things and get it done, and perhaps it was part of the tactic to have the two black girls not really be recognized in order to make the accomplishment. I don't know the answer to that.
So what with she got some commutations. Alice Johnson was one of them.
Right.
Got a commutation for, right? Okay. We're happy that she got out.
But she was never considered a sellout. Steve Harvey was.
Right. Well, who you mean Kim Kardashian was never considered a sellout?
Right.
Well, she's white. Kim Kardashian is white. Last time I checked, I know she likes black men, but she's white.
Well, she's definitely not black. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're not gonna call her a sellout.
Or the third choice is a world nationalist. And that's the or. It's like, you know what I mean, nationalist or a American nationalist. I think the or, you know, world nationalist would be great. And I hear Michael saying all this, but it's just, he's saying Kim Kardashian, well, Kim isn't exactly black, but he doesn't exactly, he looks like he's mixed. I don't know, bro.
No, but I think I saw an interview that Steve Harvey did with D.L. Hughley, and he's.
I made that up. I was just thinking, like, you know, just world unification at this point.
Said if he had known the type of backlash,
like world equality,
he would not have gone to meet with Trump. And also the backlash his family received. Okay, but once again, if you're gonna go meet with somebody like that, Trump, whoever, you're going to meet with that. You don't want to go as an individual. You want to go with a group that has an agenda to empower African Americans, as opposed to, because Trump likes to be seen with black entertainers, black hip hop artists. Okay, his name was mentioned. I can't remember, something like 100 times or 200 times over the course of 20 years, something like that, in hip hop songs. Okay, so Trump liked to be around that. All right, and use those photo ops. So we have to be smarter than that.
Dr. Omar, Michael says he wouldn't have visited Trump.
Don't get me wrong, when Trump does stuff like that, it's just for show. Anybody, any political figure that basically decides to take pictures with like some type of rapper or an entertainer, it's all for show. We don't have to be patriots because we're already stuck in the locations that we're at. Like, I'm in Pennsylvania. I'd have to defend Pennsylvania because my family's there, basically. But you do have a good point. Because, of course, we have the situation that Texas, in the future, who knows, maybe it'll break away from the Union and it'll become its own country. And then I'm guessing a whole bunch of other states, because everyone's going to panic at some point. Everyone's going to divide itself. The states will break apart. Every state will become its own country. When the division happens, which means the military is no longer unified under our government, the states would be invaded individually, and that's it. It's over. Well, that's just like saying, like, if the 50 new countries were to be created in the United States, which would mean Puerto Rico would no longer belong to the United States because Puerto Rico is a United States territory. It would have to fend for itself, which means every Puerto Rican would just have to go back to Puerto Rico and defend Puerto Rico. Practically what you're saying. So I'd have to be a nationalist for my home country. I would go to a more stable country. I don't think I'd like to participate in things like that. Because to be honest, these are things that could be prevented, but whoever's in charge, whoever's the guy with the suit in the suitcase, whoever's calling the shots, he obviously knows what he's doing, and it could benefit, for example, China a whole lot more if the United States would just be states. That's it. If I'm forced to choose a side, I would have to. I don't know, bro. I don't think that's an easy choice. But naturally, like, you'd be forced into a corner. Like, you have to choose a side, or you'd have to flee somewhere. Not necessarily to your own race, just a safe zone to avoid the turmoil that's happening in the world. But at some point, that turmoil is going to spread all across the world. It's inevitable. It's all inevitable at this point. Everything that's going on is inevitable. It's already written out. It can't be saved unless we're all unified. We're not animals, though. And a deer knows that it belongs to deers. We're humans. We know we belong to humans. I feel like the comparison of animals and humans is just, it's not a good comparison. It's just like how they say that, or the Americans believe that we all came from monkeys. But the Japanese believe that we all came from rats. Like, it's weird. But if you go to Japan, you'll have that explained to you. Like, everyone has their own outlook of how the world started or what our ancestor is. But in reality, we've always looked like this. If you think of Adam and Eve always looked like human, bro. They didn't look like monkeys. I can definitely kind of understand that too, but it's just hard to just ignore that we're not going extinct. But with the animals thing, don't you remember back in I think it was like 2015 or 2013 around there, that people were saying, oh, if dogs, like male dog humps another male dog, why can't a man and a man have sex? When in reality, a dog does that to assert its dominance because it's like the alpha of the pack or something. But we were doing a comparison like a long time. That was like a major argument that was happening back then. which made no sense. It'll start with races. You gotta keep in mind, America cannot, I can't say it cannot fall from the outside. There's a possibility. Nations could honestly team up, have a common enemy. It's already happening, and could fight against America. But if we were to be divided from the inside first, it's just going to make things easier for the people on the outside. And it starts with people like Umar. It's going to happen. It's going to be race against race. Black people are going to be mad at white people. White people are going to be mad at black people. Hispanics are going to get tossed into the mix. Mexicans are already receiving enough bash as it is. That makes sense. That makes sense, yeah. It's just really hard to talk on this topic. Especially with the multicultural stuff, because everyone believes that the United States is Babylon, or the Roman Empire. It depends. If people want to be divided, they're going to be divided. People want to be united, they're going to be united. It's all what the people want. But if there's an agenda in the background that's pushing towards division, division will happen because, of course, people like me, you, Umar, Peterson, Michael, Tammy, they're always going to find people that are like-minded to them, that will agree with them. It happens everywhere. And from there, it just gets, you know what I mean? Like the influence gets bigger and bigger. And the United States has so much like military tech and just doesn't have enough people to control that tech. History repeats itself, bro. I live in America too, so history definitely repeats itself. But if the people want to be united, they're going to be united. If they want to be divided, they're going to be divided. But it's all going to come from ignorance.
I'm curious to know, would you have?
Yes, I would have. It is important that we as African people always.
Yeah, but being a nationalist, what's the whole point of us going against other races? Are we going to force that race into extinction? Where's the fairness and justice in that? Why should we push other races into war, especially if they don't want war? I'm just saying there is a choice. Everyone has a choice. You don't have to participate. You know what I mean? If you feel so strongly towards the feeling that you need to join your race and fight other races, it's kind of weird because we're all human. I just think it's just weird. If America falls, I understand, but it's still a choice, bro. Everything's a choice. You decide to hold a gun, it's a choice. No one's gonna say you gotta fight or you're dead. If somebody tells you that, they have an agenda. And they're gonna make sure that agenda is fulfilled. If you don't join, they'll get rid of you and get a whole different person. They'll be knocking at their door. You know what I mean? But this is definitely an agenda. You know what's interesting? Slavery didn't just come from Africa. There were slaves in China, like other Chinese would be slaves to other Chinese. Japan had slaves too. Japanese slaves. Everyone would think like slaves were only in America, but slaves were all around the world, bro. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Very interesting. That's another example. Like, some people just didn't want to participate in slavery. They could have easily turned them in. Okay. And you said our women. How do you think the white people feel? Damn, blacks are stealing our women. And then white people go to Japan or China and they're like, yo, these white people are coming over and stealing our women. It all starts there. The racism actually starts there. They're coming over here and they're stealing our women. This is a worldwide quote, bro. Like, bro, you're not getting, she doesn't want you anyways. You know what I mean? Like, you never had a chance to begin with. And you mad at me. Now you're spreading your toxicity across your whole country. Telling your friends, and their friends are telling their friends, like, yo, they're coming over here and they're stealing our women. How do you know? Oh, because I heard it from this guy. Were you there? No. Did he have a chance? Well, he told me he liked her. Like, what? I don't know, bro. It all starts there for some odd reason. In every country, everyone feels that way. Like, chill out. Okay. Very interesting. Because of the history. I don't feel anyone should see color, bro. Everyone's just so close-minded. I was told, like, I don't know, bro. I wanted to join the military when I was a lot younger. And I've always been told in the military they don't see color. And that's mainly one of the big reasons I wanted to join the military, because it was like a brotherhood. Or that's what I've been told. I've never been in the military. But later down the years, I just kept hearing of more and more issues that the military had a lot of racism going on. Oh, that's wild. I seen a video of this one, I don't know, it was like these three white guys were jumping this one dude. I think he was around the age of Jesse Lee Peterson. And like a mob of black people came out of nowhere and started just swinging back for him because the one black dude was just getting jumped. You might have seen that video. I think it was last year. Down here in EA, it's more like, since black people and Hispanics are treated the same, they're kind of close to each other. And yeah, that's kind of how it is here.
Speak
Let's see about finishing this video.
truth to power when given an opportunity. I didn't have an issue with black people meeting with President Trump, but what I did have an issue with, as brother Michael is saying, is who we allowed to meet with President Trump. Steve Harvey has no history.
Bro, I don't think anyone's surviving if America falls. You know how defenseless the country would be? It'd be the easiest thing to bomb. You'd be seeing bombs just going off everywhere. You would think, oh, it's the government. No. The US has made so many enemies that they just can't wait but to land a bomb here. And they just bombed. Where was it? Was it Iran? They bombed Iran? I know they bombed a different place too. Where the Houthis are. They bombed Iran. Yemen. Yeah, they bombed Yemen and they bombed Iran too, bro.
History of political activism in the black community.
Think about how many bombs like the US has set off in different countries. Even in Japan, Hiroshima. Oh no, bro.
Steve Harvey has no history of speaking up to the white power structure on behalf of black people.
Hey, what goes around comes around. They were just talking about karma earlier, weren't they?
So although I would have had no problem with a black activist or organizer meeting with President Trump, I did have a problem with black celebrities meeting with President Trump. That was the issue. And
Would
as
you
it
consider
relates
them
to Kim,
sellouts?
say that again.
Would you consider them sellouts?
Who?
Steve Harvey and there's another one I'm thinking of.
I wouldn't consider Steve Harvey.
Keep in mind, there's in the Quran, I believe it's called the Mahid. Mahid is someone was supposedly prophesied by Prophet Muhammad. And this person's gonna come by into Damascus to a safe place that's supposed to be safe for everyone. He's gonna make everyone so uncomfortable there. He's gonna have a dream, he's gonna wake up and all of a sudden he's gonna tell the people around him that dream, and then they're gonna follow him. It's basically like their Messiah. So this person is basically gonna unite Islam. Like all those countries like Iran, Saudi Arabia, Palestine, Yemen, or any of those Islamic countries. He's gonna unify all of them and they're gonna fight against whoever is their enemy. And I'm guessing it's America.
Be a sellout as strictly as I would consider a Shaquille O'Neal, a Charles Barkley, and a Ken.
It's not easy. It is a good question. Definitely not easy. Something I learned when I went to Japan. The cultural difference is immense. Like, you think people think differently here. Wait till you go abroad. Their mindset is completely different. Think about their buildings, their way they move, their structures, trains, buses, cars, their bicycles, everything's human. It looks like different. That's if you get rid of everyone. That's called genocide. That's something that Hitler was trying to accomplish. You just can't invade a country anymore. It just doesn't work like that anymore. Especially now when information flows so fast. So if, let's just say, the US decided to go into a country, occupy that country, they can't just do that. They have to go through what, the United Nations, something like that. They have to go through a process that they can't just take over. Like, you can't invade countries anymore. You wouldn't necessarily have to be. You just gotta love one another. At some point, I wouldn't exactly say the entire world was Christian. Everyone just had to believe, just like now. The entire world. They wouldn't just flee from their God. But I think what's missing, love. It's not religion. Just love. People just don't have enough love for one another. Everyone's so greedy. Just convert anyone. Start spreading the gospel, bro. Everyone. Everyone you encounter. You gotta throw at them like bits and pieces here and there to get them interested. Because they will be interested. Technically speaking. But you gotta think about it this way too. The reason to why countries even go to war is because they want their country doesn't have. It's all about resources. What they can get from that. It's greed. If every like it in order for that to work out, we just all have to help one another. Like one country has to help another country. There has to be a trade for everything to flow out. Like right now, you gotta think of it this way. The US benefits. For us to benefit, who's suffering? Someone has to be suffering. So we're all Christian. One way to convert is through love one another. And it all starts there. It's through love. Love conquers all. Starts there, bro.
Kendrick Perkins sell out. And the reason I'm drawing a distinction is whenever Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Barkley, and Kendrick Perkins open their mouth on issues involving Black people, they always take the side of the white power structure. Whereas with Steve Harvey,
He reminded me.
At the age of 12 years old, I shot myself. I was in the house. Police knocked on the door. I was right there. They knocked the door down. Everybody jumped over my body to go get the guns and drugs and whatever they could find. It took one guy to stop right there and cuss everybody that hopped over me out. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing? They say, oh, no, we was going to see if it, what the fuck are y'all doing? We called the ambulance. A fucking ambulance, do you not see this kid on the floor with this hole in his chest? Say, you drive. Pick me up. Brought me to the hospital. He didn't drop me off at the ambulance and say, you take him. He brought me to the hospital room and made two and stood there and waited till the doctor said he's gonna make it. He said, don't worry, my name's Uncle Bob. He was white as snow. The that hopped over me was blacker than me.
Was he a cop?
Yeah, he was a cop, and my life was saved by a white man. I don't know what racism is. I know a good name Uncle Bob, though.
It was that it kind of reminded me of that interview.
At the age of 12 years old, I shot myself. I was in the house. Police knocked on the door. I was right there. They knocked the door down. Everybody jumped over my body to go get the guns and drugs and whatever they could find. It took one guy to stop right there and cuss everybody that hopped over me out. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing? They say, oh, no, we was going to see if it, what the fuck are y'all doing? We called the ambulance. A fucking ambulance, do you not see this kid on the floor with this hole in his chest? Say, you drive. Pick me up. Brought me to the hospital. He didn't drop me off at the ambulance and say, you take him. He brought me to the hospital room and made two and stood there and waited till the doctor said he's gonna make it. He said, don't worry, my name's Uncle Bob. He was white as snow. Them motherfuckers that hopped over me was blacker than me.
Don't get me wrong, a lot of wars started from religion alone because they believe their God isn't. Kind of starts like that. Bro, I'm telling you, through love. That's what I mean. Like, love just, love unifies all.
And me. Was he a cop? Yeah, he was a cop, and my life was saved by a white man. I don't know what racism is. I know a good motherfucker named Uncle Bob, though.
Are you gonna get all dressed up?
No, I'm not dressed.
Kind of vaguely remember this interview. That's why I wanted to rewatch it. It's a ultra shot. Interesting. Can't see color, bro.
I have seen some attempts by him to defend the integrity of Black people. It's not often. I'm not even going to say it's acceptable, but there is levels to the coon kingdom. There's levels to the coon kingdom. So even though they are all sellouts, you have your grade A coons like Jesse Lee Peterson and Charles Barkley, and then you have your grade B coons, which will be like a Kendrick Perkins and a Shaq, and then you have your grade C coons, which would be like a Steve Harvey. So there's levels to the coon kingdom. Say again.
But you do put him in the coon kingdom.
I would put Steve Harvey in the coon kingdom, but he wouldn't be grade A like Jesse Lee Peterson and Charles Barkley. And the other thing I wanted to say quickly, Tammy, with
Homies
Kim
out of this world.
Kardashian, that was a perfect example of racism on the part of the white power structure who says, I would
I feel like one of America's biggest issues is labels. Like categorizing someone in a category. Like adding a label on it. It's categorizing them. I wouldn't exactly say that. He hasn't really talked about anything that actually picks a side. Seems like is pushing the agenda of we shouldn't see color, but Umar is pushing the agenda we should see color, and this is why.
rather hear a white woman articulate the issues of incarcerated Black females. Now, you have hundreds of Black women who fight for the liberation of incarcerated sisters every day. I can run off organizations all day long, but instead of meeting with Black women who are in the trenches doing the work, we are instead going to let a privileged white woman articulate the issues for Black people. And Sister Tammy, that was dangerous that Black women supported Kim Kardashian being their mouthpiece, because what it does is it reinforces an old stereotype that Black people are not intellectually sound enough to articulate their own issues and that they need a white person to do it. We should never celebrate a white person being selected to represent our issues. It should always be someone who looks like us.
That should be a part of the code.
That should be part of the code.
Go ahead, Michael. Jesse, we're coming right to you. Go ahead, Michael.
Just a quick clarification. I didn't say I wouldn't go to meet with Trump. I said I wouldn't go by myself. I would go with a group of people a group of African Americans who have a political agenda, who have an agenda to get something for our people. I wouldn't just go by myself, and I wouldn't go for a photo op.
Absolutely. Reverend Jesse.
Yes.
You're a part of the coon kingdom, he says.
That's right. You know, you just heard the voice of a beta male. That made no sense of what the doctor said and what Michael said.
But even with Jesse adding label to Umar, I feel like labels is just, let's just address the person. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's sad to see that most Black people believe that they're all the same because of their color. They're not looking at their true self. They are a spirit created in the image of God. They don't know that. They're going by colors. And so
Yeah, it is an insult. Starting with beta male, I don't exactly agree with trying to belittle your opponents.
they're all in the
Even though Jesse Peterson has like a ton of good like points.
same pot, headed down to the road to destruction.
Reverend Jesse, I want to ask you.
Donald Trump
Reverend Jesse,
was
I
the
want to
best
ask
thing
you.
that ever happened to Black Americans because Donald Trump did not see colors. He was
Yeah.
not. He saw colors, but he wasn't into the color thing. He was into what is right, and that's why he was able to help Black people more so than any other president that we have had in the last I don't know how many years. Right? Obama was the worst, by the way, but Donald Trump was the best. I call him the Great White Hope because he made America great again. Black people went to work. They started buying homes and starting families and things like that because of Donald Trump. But
My thing is that with everything going on, I still think even if Trump was president instead of Biden, we still have the same results. We'd still be in the same mess. We would have still been dealing with COVID. It's just completely out of our hands. One of the first things, because I'm pretty sure Trump was president when COVID started, one of the first things him having us spying as a president should have done is just close the borders. Have everyone stay inside. Martial law. Everyone staying inside for like a solid 2 weeks until we get rid of this virus. But instead we let it drag on for like 2 years. Something that could have just been dealt with like smothered out like this. China was forcing everybody to stay home. Like everyone. No one can go outside for like 2 or 3 weeks. And they were bringing food to people's homes. Like they were delivering food. And they got rid of COVID within the first month. Yeah, Trump did say that. But it doesn't mean that Trump couldn't have handled it properly. He let it drag on. Most likely was. They just didn't. They probably didn't expect it to hit back. Fentanyl. Fentanyl is something that's being found in drugs nowadays. But don't get me wrong, Trump was also saying a lot of things are being said by China. You gotta keep in mind, we can't really trust the media because you don't really know what's happening behind the scenes. It's all being orchestrated towards something that's gonna, you know, when they said that didn't age well or something like, it's probably, you know what I mean? Something's happening behind the scenes. Like the media controls the people. Like they're gonna turn you against China. That way, your tax dollars are supposedly gonna be going to the right place. I'm trying to look at every outlook. I'm not just trying to think that Trump is. I mean, Trump was a good president. It's just I didn't think what he did there was a good thing. I feel like he should have just forced everyone to stay inside for about 3 weeks. This could have just been taken out of. This could have been solved within the first month, bro. He was a good president. I'm not saying he wasn't. It's just this one thing I disagree. I felt like he let it drag on purpose because it was something that he dealt with.
But these people like Dr. Umar and Michael, they're into their color. They're in a falling.
Did you know he was trying to buy Greenland from Denmark, and Denmark denied him? So the United States would have been even bigger. That's insane. He was trying to push to buy England, not England, Greenland.
State, they're weak males, and they cannot see. They can't see that Donald Trump
that's
was
crazy.
a man of God. He was a conservative, Christian, straight white man who loved what's right, and he wasn't into the color. That's why Kanye West and other black.
I think he did try to buy Canada at some point, bro. I don't know how that was gonna work, but he definitely did try. The United States has so much land, but just not enough people. Like we're bigger than China, land mass, but population China has because Something very important that I noticed. I feel like every state should notes from Japan. Japan builds their building up. The US build their buildings sideways, takes up more land. Even the restaurants in Japan, they're in different floors. It's this one building. Oh, that would benefit the country a ton. They had Canada. they, they did not. They did not. I can't say that.
Men and women who
Not
met
myself
with
there.
the president, they respected him because he was not into color. He gave black university more money than anybody else, and all they did was misuse it. He did more to help the blacks than anyone else.
We're going to take a quick break and
Okay.
come right back on the Tammy McLeod Show on Fox Soul.
Okay.
I'm just like, oh my God.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
I did not know that.
Snoop Dogg teases that he may have allegedly smoked with President Obama.
TGIF.
If he did smoke with Obama at all, his ass won't smoke with him again. Because Michelle don't appreciate this. He's not getting invited to the house no more.
Every Friday night.
You can just look at Obama and you know he gets down.
He was like, man, Snoop, what you got?
On Fox Soul.
I can hear them old senators now. And Obama was...
And it would be nice if the world would, I don't like saying this word, but you know, if the world was unified, it would be a whole lot better place. But the thing is that, I don't know, bro, it feels like, kind of feels like we've been lied to our entire life. Sometimes I look at the sky and don't honestly believe someone's actually on the moon. I definitely don't believe that. If it was possible, yeah. Everyone just wants to feed their greed, but don't believe anyone's me.
Smoking reefer with the rappers.
I feel like the rich have just been trying to keep everyone distracted from the fact that they've been building ships to try to leave, but in reality, they enjoy. Because you know, time is near, trying to escape God's wrath.
Welcome back to the Tammy McLeod Show on Fox Soul. Tonight, the business of being black is sell out. Sell out. I want to take something really, really basic and ask if it's a sellout perspective. Working for a while.
Did you ever watch the movie Don't Look Up? I support Elon too. I just feel like there's an objective somewhere in there of him building rockets to go to space, rocket ship. I feel like there's a whole different. You're gonna like the, because it's actually about what you're talking about. There's an asteroid. Actually, it's also, it has to do with the Bible too, because there's a asteroid or a star that hits Earth, and the name is called Wormwood. and it kills 2/3 of the men on the planet, which the Bible, the movie Don't Look Up, also described it. Also, the reason why they didn't nuke the asteroid or even got in the Earth's atmosphere because they wanted the resources that were on that failed. So they killed 2/3 of men because the rich just wanted to get richer. I think that would be so cool with that. Don't get me wrong, what you're saying sounds like a dream come true to me. I'm a big Star Wars fan, so I believe it would be really cool on planets. Well, you also have to hope that you find something that's bad out there instead of something that's bad. Like if you ever watched the movie called Life, they found an alien, like an organism that just kept adapting, started killing everyone. More blood it fed off other people, the bigger it got. What's happening, Maul? And I believe it. Should be focused on feeding the poor, getting them off the instead of entertaining wars. Exactly. I feel like we should kind of work. I mean, fix what's on the planet first, and then worry about getting a whole different planet. You know what I mean? Fix the issues here first, because it's basically what America's doing, trying to fix other countries' problems instead of fixing problems that are in America. But what if you try to colonize other planets and the countries are still divided? Like like China colonized this planet. Now China has an entire planet, and the U.S. colonized the planet. Now the U.S. has an entire different planet, and now there's wars between planets. It went from a problem being this small, planetary. You know what I mean? You have to work on the problems here first before you even think that far ahead. I love Star Wars, especially the Clone Wars. If you ever watched it? It's kind of like not really a kid's show. It was pretty cool. Yeah, I think Clone Wars was the best one. Definitely favorite. I feel like Clone Wars dwelled. They brought a lot of, especially and how they planned it and everything. They had their own queen. Star Wars, the sequel, movie sequel, never explained that stuff. Like all the backstories are in Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Even the Resistance, but the Resistance I didn't really entertain because it felt more of a kid's show. Even the animation seemed more like a kid's show.
White company. Is that a sellout perspective, Michael?
Can I address what I was going to say before the break right quick and then go to
Absolutely.
that question? So a lot of people like to talk about the money that, and they say Donald Trump gave to HBCUs. Okay, that was Representative Alma Adams' bill. Okay, that bill passed, but another black woman that doesn't get credit. White people take the credit for what she did.
Stop
That bill
worshiping
passed.
the black woman, man.
That bill
Stop
passed the House of
worshiping the black
Representatives.
woman.
That bill, please, sir, don't interrupt me. I didn't interrupt you.
Don't make the
That
black
bill
woman your
passed the
God.
House of Representatives. It passed the U.S. Senate. It had a veto-proof majority in both the House and the Senate, which means even if Trump vetoed the bill.
Yeah, I definitely seen Helldivers. I definitely want to play it. It's giving, that's actually giving Star Wars a Clone Wars because you're going to war in other completely different planets, bro. You look into that desert. Helldivers is actually it. not actually it, but I think it's like a 4 or 3-man squad. Star Wars: The Clone Wars is battalion or a couple battalions just invading a planet. Yeah, that game's pretty dope. I don't know how much it is. Oh, where's my Steam? Not sure if Steam has it. I'm into games like that. No. God, I still that complete. I'm so tired right now. $40. Too broke right now. Buy it. The left world. Which you. I didn't really play Starfield. I'm probably gonna see if I get. Most likely beginning of next month. Next couple of checks coming up. I got a plan for them. Drivers 2 definitely a good one.
The Congress would have overrode his veto, and it still would have become law. Okay, so some people want to give Trump all the credit for that. That was her bill, and she gets no credit for that.
Maul's trying to recruit me. He's trying to recruit you too. We need more people. I seen some clips, bro. It gets hectic. That game's actually insane.
Bipartisan bill. It was gonna.
But how does it work? Like after the invasion, like what are the benefits? I never looked that deep into it, but I hope it has like a lot of benefits, like within the game itself. Like let's just say planets have certain resources, yet and build certain buildings within those planets. Like how deep is it, or is it just shooting and that's it? Oh, side. Let's just call it the Republic, for example. We just gained a planet. What do we do with that planet? Like how deep does it get? How deep is the rabbit hole?
Pass through anyway.
Not only was it going to pass, it had a veto-proof majority. So regardless of what he did, it was still going to become law. Going to work for white people. I've worked for white corporations. I work for African American-owned businesses. Somebody who's trying to take care of their family, be responsible, take care of their family. If they work for a white corporation, or a white company or something like that, I don't look at them. Okay, you're a sellout because you work for a white company. Now, if they are I don't want to use certain terms. If they are putting on a minstrel show at work, see, that's something different. Okay, you can work for a white company, but not put on a minstrel show. Just because somebody works for a white corporation. The other thing is, when we look at these corporations, General Motors. I live here in Detroit. Lived in Detroit almost 50 years. I'll be 50 in June. General Motors, Ford, Chrysler. The money we spent on GM cars, all that stuff, we paid for all those jobs. So as far as I'm concerned, we should have jobs at all different levels of these companies that we spend money with, but bring that money back to the African American community.
You guys need to stop begging, man.
Bring that money back to the
black people.
Please, sir, don't interrupt.
Talk about
yield, Jesse.
Michael, stop begging.
Bring that money back to the African American community.
Stop begging, Michael.
And you utilize that money to help empower African American owned businesses also. Okay.
Michael, men don't beg. Stop doing that.
Please, sir, don't interrupt.
You're begging, man.
I'm holding back on you because I respect my elders, but
stop begging, Michael. What men do?
I'm not begging.
Men make things happen. They don't beg. They don't blame.
Jesse, you wouldn't know a man if you met one.
They don't want reparations. They make their way. The black man when I was growing up, they made their way. They didn't beg the white man for anything because they didn't.
It's not begging white people. Wait a second.
White men were superior.
If you go back to if you look at the Homestead Act of 1862, that was a massive land giveaway of 245 million acres of land that mostly went to white people. Okay, if you want to talk about how white people got over in this country, it was by stealing the land, reallocating the land, enslaving African people for 246 years,
Those are
passing
lies,
passing laws that disenfranchised us, locked us out of voting. Then after the Civil War and after Reconstruction, 1877, because I always notice black conservatives, is two things you don't want to talk about. One, you don't want to talk about the compromise of 1870. No, you interrupted me.
All
Don't
you're
say
doing
excuse
is making
you.
excuses.
No. Slow down.
You
Slow
sound
down.
like a female.
Slow down. I know you catering to the white people that donate to your show. But it's two things that black Republicans don't want to talk. And I'm not against black Republicans. I have friends that are black Republicans. You don't want to talk about the compromise of 1877, which was the compromise between the Republicans and the Democrats. And the Republicans agreed to remove the Union troops out of the South that reinstituted the Jim Crow laws, and the Union troops were protecting the rights of the newly freed slaves to a certain extent, because that's what the Democrats wanted.
Hey, Mo. I'm not going to say anything.
And you don't want to talk about the Lily White movement of 1928, which was the effort of Republicans to push African Americans out of the Republican Party and get Herbert Hoover elected as president in 1928. Now, if you want to have that conversation, we can have that conversation. It's not going to turn out the way you think it's going to turn.
Michael, it's time to stop asking for freebies. I understand the women doing that because
you ever studied the Farmers Home Association 1930?
I understand why women are doing it, but
hold on, Michael. You going to talk about the $26 billion that white farmers got from the Trump administration, and black farmers got 1/10 of 1% freebies?
Michael, I understand the women doing
Jesse,
that
that is a
the
good
weaker
question.
vessel.
That is.
He doesn't want to deal with that.
Jesse, that is a good question. So let's answer that question. You say that black people want freebies, but Michael just talked about a huge freebie for the white farmers. Are we not gonna? We're just gonna gloss past that?
There were black farmers who got money too.
They got 1/10 of 1% or $26 billion.
She asked me the question.
Whoa, hold on.
Hey,
they got 1/10 of 1% of $26 billion. They got $20.8 million.
Tammy, as I was saying, there were
You only completed one, bro? I think like 2 days ago. You said they were easy. You are a last minute or last second type of person. Bro, you had 4 and now you have. That's crazy.
There were black people who received the money too, and what Michael is talking about happened over 100 years ago or so. And those days,
2020 under Trump.
And I'm not knocking on you, bro, because I'm a last minute type of dude myself. I'm not knocking you. I'm just saying you might want to get that done pretty soon, or else last minute you're gonna be stressing about it.
That just happened last year. That just happened last year, Reverend Jesse. Where you been?
There were black people who received it last year too, but you're not hearing about that. But what I want to tell you, Tammy, it's time out for black people to stop begging. I'm sick of it. We can make our own way. Black people can make their own way if they get up and do it. That's why we have to overcome this cultural thing, because blacks who are into their culture, they think that all blacks are just like them, begging and blaming and whining and talking about 150 years ago and all that. Why not live now? The blacks didn't do that when I was growing up, especially black men. They need to stop begging for freebies.
I feel like he slightly has a point, but it's mainly because people feel entitled to certain things. Especially if you're entitled about a time period that they were never alive in. But I'm not. Let me just listen.
America is an amazing place, right? And whatever you want to do in this country, you can do it. You can make it.
That thought. Okay, yes, that is true. That is so true. I'll have to agree with you on that, Reverend Jesse. Whatever you want to do in this country, you can do.
Yeah.
Dr. Umar, earlier you talked about, black men shouldn't date white women. Frederick Douglass was labeled a turncoat by many African Americans because he married a white woman. He was also criticized for his willingness to work with slave owners to seek a peaceful end to slavery. So what are your thoughts on that? Was Frederick Douglass a sellout?
Let me take the second point first, that Frederick Douglass was willing to work with slave owners to bring a peaceful close to slavery. That is incorrect. Frederick Douglass had always maintained that slavery would not end except with blood. if
That
there
is
was
true.
any
He said that.
collaboration with slave owners, it was in discussion because Frederick Douglass at one time worked with William Lloyd Garrison, who used moral persuasion as the primary weapon to end slavery. Frederick Douglass fell out with him because he knew that trying to convince white people that owning black people was morally wrong was not going to end the institution of slavery. So whoever made that comment was incorrect. Now let's go to the first point, that his second wife was a white woman who he married at a very old age. Was it acceptable? Not to me at all. But what bothers me and what I do consider to be another act of racism and discrimination against Black women is the fact that Anna Murray Douglass, who is the mother of all 5 of his children and his wife for nearly 50 years until she died of illness, who helped him escape from slavery to freedom, who came up with the escape plan, who made the escape outfit, who created the false free slave paper that he used to pass from Maryland through Pennsylvania and up to New York, she never gets mentioned. She never gets mentioned. We always skip over Anna Murray Douglass, his lifetime partner, for the white woman who he married just a few years away from the grave himself. I don't accept it.
Important.
I don't accept it, Sister Tammy, but can we please show respect to Queen Mother Anna Murray Douglass? She is entitled to respect, and Black people have to stop skipping over his real wife for the woman he spent the last few years of his life with.
Tammy, let me tell you this about the Black farmers.
So do you
farmers
think
are getting a huge freebie from the USDA today, right? According to the Washington Post, $5 billion of Biden's stimulus package is going to benefit Black farmers, but they still going to be begging. It's not going to satisfy them because it's not the lack of material things that Blacks are having a problem with. It's the lack of moral character. Blacks are immoral, not all, but most. And
we're going to take a quick break.
We'll
come right back on the Tammy McLeod Show on Fox Soul.
Damn, we gotta skip again.
I'm just like, oh my God, my third.
Welcome back to the Tammy McLeod Show on Fox Soul. I
mean, I kind of covered everything in the beginning, does. It's kind of hard to have an opinion on it too, so. I don't know, bro. I did speak on most of that in the beginning. Clean the Rocky. Gonna kill more time. Get about the homework. I can, bro. Gotta get on that.
I thank my guests, Michael Imhotep and Reverend Jesse Lee Peterson and Dr. Umar Johnson. Michael, I want to talk about your podcast, the African History Network.
You told me about
What is that all about?
The African History Network show. Well, I'm on 6 days a week. We focus on educating, empowering, and inspiring people of African descent throughout the diaspora and around the world. We deal with current events, politics, history, a number of different things. People can visit my website, AfricanHistoryNetwork.com, AfricanHistoryNetwork.com for more information. Also, there's information on my website about my 9-week online course that I teach on Saturdays, Ancient Kemet, the Moors, and the Ma'afa, Understanding the Transatlantic Slave Trade, what they didn't teach you in school. And follow me on my Facebook fan page, The African History Network, The African History Network, and my YouTube channel, Michael Imhotep, IMHOTEP.
Dr. Umar, what's going on with the school? Where can we contribute? What can you tell us about?
Bro, don't get me wrong. I was power older. I feel like video games in general are just getting bored. Playing Fortnite for a couple days. Got real Baraka. Even though it's a lot more fun than, for me, a lot more mixed together. It just, I don't know, bro. I just don't really feel like gaming now.
About it, or is there something else you'd rather discuss tonight?
Oh, that's fine. Brothers and sisters who want to support the renovation efforts at the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy, can do so on the Cash App at $FDMG School. I repeat, on the Cash App, $FDMG School.
Bro.
Also on PayPal at paypal.me/FDMG Academy. I will also be speaking in Las Vegas on the 14th of May, Oakland the 15th of May, Los Angeles the 16th of May, Palm Springs the 22nd of May, South Bend, Indiana the 23rd, Fayetteville, North Carolina, June 4th, Statesville, North Carolina, June 6th, Juneteenth, Atlanta on the 19th, Detroit, Michigan, Preschool Educators Conference, June the 18th, and Louisville, Kentucky, Marcus Garvey birthday celebration on August the 14th. Brothers and sisters want to reach me, drumarjohnson.com or 215-989-9858.
You know your whole schedule, your whole tour by heart. I don't even know where you.
That's wild though, Mo. Dude, my PC must have been feeling cold for like 2 months, bro. Cause I didn't play for a while. I feel that, bro. I don't really feel like turning it on half the time. I just feel like really. And streaming just yesterday, I didn't because I was just so exhausted, bro. After this video, we'll probably look at like divers. Probably gonna get good.
Reading that, officer, how do you know the whole?
You have to know it by heart. Don't forget Hartford, Connecticut, June 26th, Nashville, Tennessee, July 17th.
Okay, I think I'm gonna have to meet you in LA since that's where I am. So I'll.
Yes, ma'am. And they can order the new book as well at drumarjohnson.com.
Reverend Jesse Lee Peterson, I know you have a lot going on. Tell us about your book, The Antidote, Healing.
The rap battle, bro. I'm at risk right now. I told my girl I was gonna call her, so I don't want to make her wait like too long. Like I've been on stream for how long now? 3 hours. So yeah. But we can definitely look at it tomorrow. Wait, what do I think about what it does? I ended up missing a little something. I was distracted.
Okay, I think I'm gonna have to meet you in LA since that's where I am. So I'll.
Yes, ma'am. And they can order the new book as well at drumarjohnson.com.
I mean, is this the end of the video? I'm guessing this is like each other's like closing line, but the video was good. It just seemed like too many of course everyone had their point of view, but I felt like Jesse Lee was just placed there to get picked on for his belief. Yeah, I've been at work all day, bro. Been at work all day too. Like as soon as I got home, I took a shower. I hopped on stream, playing for a little bit. Power Des came along and told me about this video, so I decided to check it out. Even though YouTube's probably gonna come after me for it. That's true. You gotta help people understand your point of view, and hopefully your point of view is right. Let me say it like that. Yeah, even if it's uncomfortable. The best way to understand each other is to communicate what our problems are, and then seeing towards finding us. Or else we're not gonna understand each other. But to cast out an entire race because of certain things that might have happened in the past, I don't know, bro. That's true. Or just love everyone and just leave it at that. Love is answer.
Reverend Jesse, blame and victimhood.
Daily radio show, podcast show at.
Yeah, they're closing out. That's what it is. Alright, bet, Mo. I'll catch you tomorrow. Like, if you stop on stream tomorrow, we could definitely look at that rap battle. Just hope no local rappers come on chat and be like, yo, can you check out my video? Bro. Understand you trying to make it, but damn. I'll bet. It's like snowing right now. I was kind of hoping it was snowing like yesterday or something. I have a reason to stay home, but it's like a winter storm or something going on right now. We're gonna look at a short clip, not anything like insane. So I'm telling you, like, I'm on a timer right now. We'll look at. Good one. And we'll look at this one. This was 4K.
Made the holes. Gotta reload.
Got the other one.
Nice. That's it.
We're
That's everything.
good.
Oh my! What just
Fugly killed me? Fugly!
Alright.
Well, the fact that you get to talk about it is a good thing, because the more you talk about it, the closer you get to the truth, especially if you keep questioning each other's beliefs. That's a good thing.
Calling and stoned. What's up? What's up?
I'm like, what HP, bro?
I just laid him out.
Why did it do so much
Fire in this
damage?
game right now is ridiculous.
Oh shit, we got incoming, boys. Incoming.
Barely did anything.
Incoming.
Give a man a break.
Incoming. Seriously,
Oh
I'm not
my
joking. I'm
God.
not joking.
What is wrong with you guys?
Just let your nades rain, boys. I'm throwing an orbital strike on
Everything. Drop everything.
Triple kill!
Why the fuck?
What?
What is wrong with you, man?
I got an achievement from
Call me
God,
back
this
in.
goes Whatever.
3 of the team. This isn't PvP. It's not supposed to be a PvP.
He's trying to get a kill streak, bro.
Jesus, dude.
He's trying to get a kill streak.
Make it to the ship, boys.
I'm in. I want to go home.
I'm gonna do it. Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing.
10 minutes. No, 10 seconds. 13 seconds. He's not coming home. He was gonna
Defend
kill
me.
me. He was gonna kill me. Get in.
I need a res.
I read you, but
Call me back.
I've called you in, bro. I've called you in to live with the bugs.
I get to live with the
He was
bugs.
trying to kill me. It was him or me, bro.
Wait, is this Disney Pixar's A Bug's Life?
Hey, got an achievement. Complete a mission but fail to extract. Nice. Guys, come here. Guys, come here.
What's up? Oh, look at that. My color's green. How did I get so
Hey,
lucky?
yo.
That's quite lucky.
Salute.
Swiper 64.
I feel like, damn, bro. Like, a game like this, I would like it so much better if there was, like, a whole lot more troops. Like, it's just, I want the entire, like, Star Wars, the Clone Wars vibe. Yeah, definitely. I gotta see about next month. I just can't do anything right now. Like, I can't do anything at all right now.
Salute.
Like, beginning of next month, not like late beginning.
Swipe Mountain 64.
Swiper.
Wait, how do I salute?
B.
Stone Mountain? That's interesting. Wait. This is a whole different YouTuber, but they're playing with Stone Mountain.
Bro.
B.
Did you not listen to the tutorial?
Hello, gentlemen.
Nice.
Hello, I will be your leader.
No, you will not. Alright, guys, welcome to Founding Father of Humankind.
Right, you need to go to that table, Connor.
Looks
and put us on a mission.
a lot like mine.
Yeah, we probably bought it from the same place.
Mission coordinates locked. Hellpods primed.
Oh, it's rotating us around the map.
Engaging orbital thrusters.
Looks kinda dope.
Synchronized.
That's cool.
Engaging orbital thrusters.
I'll see you down there.
See you on the battlefield, boys.
We get to launch the nuke. This is what I've been wanting to do.
Yeah, it looks insane.
Let's do it.
Okay, do this one, then we go over to the robot side. Good strike, though.
Oh, that was a good strike. That was a good strike.
Nice.
Well
This is a better
played.
dive, I'll say.
Well.
Ow. Just fall damage.
Yeah,
Is this thing
there's
dead?
massive fall damage to this.
I got the launch code.
Yeah.
Dying.
Sick. there
It's
any samples
definitely
down
all
here?
about teamwork in this
There's
game.
one.
There's only 4.
I feel like there should be more.
Right?
You know?
It's kind of like a death area.
All right,
Is
you guys
this-
got the stuff.
What the heck?
Yeah, you see that, right? We're in the
Head
water.
over
That's
to
like
the,
water right here.
Bro, the water is like
pod data down here.
it's like a rock or something, bro.
Sure.
Yep.
While we're here.
Ow, whoa!
It's like in the shape of a
Why didn't you
rock.
move? I did.
Guys.
I hit you with a freaking
behave.
MG.
Oh,
Yeah, definitely.
Wait, you didn't even hit me.
Guys,
So delayed for me,
behave.
by the way. I hit you and you fall over 2 seconds later.
I want to heal here.
Okay, I'm getting the
Oh,
shells. I'm
I
getting
have
the
No
shells.
Man's Sky.
There's shells laying around.
There's one in the ground over
Pull
here.
the shells into the turret.
Bro, what
To
is
the Gauss
this
cannon I'm
BS?
at.
No Man's Sky, I feel like they could have gone deeper with that game. They went deep, just not deep enough
Please kill this thing.
for like
Oh
that
my
game
God,
style.
don't die.
Like they should have a whole lot more effects in it. Like how you can recruit squadrons and all that stuff. You should also be able to take the squadrons like on the planet.
Okay.
Or the squad mates that you hired.
I got you.
Yeah, they were way too plain, bro. Me too.
Pay attention to
That's
your
what I mean. Like
surroundings,
they
boys.
could have gone way deeper. Like if you're gonna make like an
adjusting
entire
the signal strength. Am I okay
multi-universes,
here?
you might as well just
I'm
go
gonna die.
deep,
You're
like
fine.
real deep.
You're okay.
Yeah, for me it got boring real fast too.
Watch out, Stone. Here comes a boom boom. Okay, it's really vulnerable now.
Yeah. See that cracked
Because
it
the
open?
planet started to feel like a
Perfect.
copy and
Hit it with a
paste.
couple rounds.
They made it
Scrambled them.
huge.
When they charge me like a rodeo bull, I can just fly over him. That's sick.
There's another one back there.
Yeah, they definitely should have. I agree there.
Sure, the grenades.
Sounds like Iron Man, does it
Oh
not?
shit! That's. Oh, I did it again. Run.
They should have. They should have focused on the planets. I would say.
I got you.
Go ahead and res me up.
I got you. That was not intentional. Let's draw this thing over the nuke.
They made cities in No Man's Sky, but they were just
Right where you are.
they were like more
Yeah, there's
like
two nukes.
outposts, very small
might be
cities.
not the play.
Alien armies, that'd be dope
Fuck, you
too.
might want to run.
Okay. I'll run towards the enemy.
They should have made
I don't know what to do here. I'm scared.
they're gonna make like
just keep running,
planetary
keep running,
like
keep running.
alien
Set up this nuke,
spaceships
I'm
and
setting
well
off. I don't know,
armies. They
wait,
should
no,
make
we need to get
spaceships
further.
too,
Oh, we're fine.
No, we're not.
with their own
fine.
technology and all that stuff, with their own governments.
This is literally friendly fire simulator, dude.
Very true.
Oh my god.
To be fair, it wasn't really
Napalm
friendly
was
fire,
like
it was
50
you
meters
know?
out.
That's unbelievable.
I didn't realize the range was that gnarly.
It's a nuke.
That's the nuke. That's the same thing you
that
dial
would
the
be
code
dope.
into that you sense trash.
I got you. I got you.
Sounds like a.
Now even the kill streak's getting payback.
There's a backpack here. There you go. I did it.
But that's also what I'm wondering about this game. If it's a copy and paste, that's why I decided
okay. It's only an
to
orbital.
watch
I'll
it.
get the rest.
Okay.
Oh.
How does this keep happening, Aculite? Do we need to have a talk here?
Because I bring out the orbital thing, and then I go to mark something on the map, and when you left click on the map, it immediately.
I think I
throws
bought
it.
No Man's Sky for like
So it's a skill
it
issue.
was either $60 or
It's
$30.
a game-breaking bug. I'm dying.
Good, anyway.
This game's got so many bugs.
Artillery
It does
incoming
have
on
a
that
lot
spot.
of
Lots of
bugs.
Don't go
bugs.
close to that. Don't go close to that.
Might be the buggiest game we've ever played.
Probably. The nice thing at least is it. Well, no, I guess it's not applied to everybody. Oh, he's dead.
This game looks hard. I don't feel like the bullets do enough damage.
Oh boy.
Stone.
That was big. I cleared them out good. Where's the big dude?
Are they coming or not?
On
I
me,
don't
there's
know.
one on me. Oh, I'm so
Over there
dead, dude.
somewhere.
There's a million of them on me.
Should I just kill you then? I'm killing you.
Oh, bet. I think
Good
that'd be
luck.
fun.
I'm somehow stimming myself up. Oh, I just don't.
Oh my god.
I didn't go as far
He's
as
in a
I wanted.
movie.
Artillery
He's the
incoming.
main
He is
character
in a
right now.
movie. Right, run from that, yep.
Nah.
But do
So yeah,
you
take your time.
absolutely
Here it
need
comes,
for
here
it?
it
You can't
comes.
run two.
Here, I'm gonna orb us. It's a normal orb. Oh, I wish he came over this way.
Come get me, bug.
Did that hit him? Yeah, okay, it hit him.
It's dead.
Oh, it destroyed the turret.
Yeah, I was about to say it destroyed the turret. It ran it over.
Nice.
I think it's dead. Nice.
Yeah, cracking the leg is great on that.
You can't add like any AI,
Percent.
or does it have to be other players?
Select designated
your way,
chords
Fug.
in grid
Okay. Could use
B2.
lots of nades.
Lock and target.
It could be strictly online. I'm just asking
I'm
questions
pressing the
because
green
I don't
button,
know.
gentlemen. It's
I'm in the
going.
same shoes as you.
I'm tossing a big bomb in
Oh
the
yeah,
middle,
you're
no in
right.
the
Then you
middle.
know as
Stay
much
in
as
the
me
middle for a
too.
minute.
We're both in the same shoes.
It's
Just clear it
launching.
out and then we'll go in.
There it goes.
Boom! Bye, nuke.
Okay, it's going southeast. Watch it.
Looks like it's turning around.
Let's
Oh, I
not
can't
blow
even
that
see. Oh, there
close,
it
is
goes.
No, but you'll
Surely.
see it.
You see it blow up?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now wait for it. Wait for it.
Yeah.
Mushroom cloud. Oh, the hit.
Oh.
You can't tell me that's not sick.
Yeah, that is sick.
Back to work.
Back to business.
I love how everything's just so extra in this game.
Yeah.
Yep.
All it's just explosions are so well done.
Cinematics.
Boom.
Huge.
Grenades, dude.
Going for X right then,
You
yeah?
got the samples?
Got the stamps.
Oh, charging.
Yeah, let's heads down towards Exfil at least. Oh shit. I don't have a rocket ready.
I need some help on these guys, Stone.
Let me get my sniper back here. I got a fresh one coming. Oh, jeez!
I am out of ammo.
That one hit me. Arm's broken.
Yeah, these guys are
Yep,
dead.
double guys here.
I'm orbing you.
Might
Watch
need an
out.
assist here, boys.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so dead.
please,
I'm
no.
so
Megan,
tough.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. 1
Oh,
second.
that looks good.
Direct
Oh,
impact.
That was good.
One more.
That was so
That
good.
was right on his butt.
On us, corner.
I'm gassing the back group.
Why is Fuego
Racing
spinning,
Tom.
spinning in circles?
Resupply.
Yeah,
Thanks.
please. Wait, did that not?
I'm out of stuff.
Oh, here we go. There's supplies, samples here.
Calling another rocket. Should be 2 here.
Incoming big guy charge.
Oh no, he's gonna blow up the thing.
Oh, Tom got me.
No. Did you run behind him?
Oh my
Oh,
god,
he
that
missed
missed.
it. But he shot exactly at it too.
Yep.
Oh, I'm dying. I need help. I'm dead.
Coming back.
Got the rest. I got the big guy.
He chopped off my legs.
One
Oh,
big
Fug's
guy
dead.
did-
Fug's
there's
dead.
one more.
Oh, I landed on it.
Oh, I'm glad you might die to my nade. Run, run, run.
Oh god.
See, I don't get it. What's the point of just constantly bringing down fours?
Landed on that.
Like a 4-squad team, might as well just bring extras.
It's
Like
tough,
you
man.
should have the option, even as a 4-man squad, to have AI reinforcements. I'm just saying, like, it's just reasonable at this point. If you can have turrets, you might as well just have AI reinforcement.
My gear back there, though.
Not AI, but you know what I mean.
Samples, I think.
Computer.
I got your samples from ever.
11 seconds or minutes.
Earlier.
You got him?
11 seconds to extract, guys. You're good, man.
We're doing great, guys.
We're fucked.
Sending in an eagle. Watch
Oh,
out.
that's close eagle.
Oh, that's big money. It did. It knocked me right back.
Let's try again.
I'll stand
If I
behind
aim
you.
at Tom. Are you ready?
Go for it. Wait.
Here you go. Here you
Yeah. Yeah, it knocked me down.
go. Yeah. Well, you know, sometimes it is about size.
I was saying take this, not take this teabag. I'm teabagging the jetpack.
It's realistic,
this.
though.
This should end there, Ralph.
All right, I'm calling in the constant orbital runway
Yeah, me
from
too,
that
me
thing.
too. Run
Yeah.
away, run away. We double down, double down.
Damn it. I think the
Don't go
fire's
that
good
way.
enough, guys.
Nah,
Don't go that way.
I'm gonna go that way.
Eh,
gonna do my
let's
own
both go
thing.
that way.
I got 9 with 1 hit.
Oh, they have
We're solid
jetpacks.
in my fires. You're taking my
Damn.
kills.
It's like the ARC Troopers and Boba Fett.
We're so
And
good.
Jango
though.
Fett
Together,
and the
we carry the whole
Mandalorians.
team on our back.
Just like that. We should just call it honest next time.
Yeah, I'm down.
Oh god, Stone, there's so many here.
I can gas. Oh, I'm gonna die.
I'm constant orbing. Run, I'm constant orbing it.
I died.
Last
Gotcha.
rest. Did you get him?
Yep.
Okay. Let's go home.
20
Shuttle
seconds
here
ago.
in 12 seconds.
Oh, damn.
I don't think I'm gonna make this.
I'm here, I'm here, I'm here.
As long as Tom makes it, it doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure it's the only one with Samps.
I'm
Wait, how-
making it in. I'm getting in right now.
How are they gonna leave though? Like I thought the bugs would attack the ship.
You gotta pick
I'm
up
already in.
Tom's loot if he dies.
Sorry, I'm going for it.
All right, I'm dead, boys. Get out of here.
I'm staying outside till Tom's in.
He's in. He's in. He's in. It doesn't matter. You have
I'll
5
try.
seconds.
It's kind of unrealistic. I feel like the bugs,
Goodbye, Fug.
if he takes too long, they should be able to destroy the ship.
But you can make it.
Hi guys, can I make it?
Oh my god.
Oh, dude.
The last second.
Oh boy.
Homie's in the game right now. He doing all types of sound effects.
Probably the easiest game we've ever played.
Like he actually survived it for real.
Light work.
Like he was in the mix.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying.
That's a lot of friendly fire damage there, Fug. Oh
Well, we
my
did run
god.
around punching each other quite a bit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was the punches, yeah.
There's it's only a 15-second cooldown on the napalm.
I need this one. I think. Maybe.
But I think that's like the other one, though, isn't it? Where you have to wait for the longer cooldown after.
Yeah, and you have to arm it. Like you call
So
it
you
in
have a
and then
selection.
you have to activate the reload, basically. You have to do another sequence for it to reload, rearm.
But you got the 380s?
Oh yeah. The 360 or whatever.
Dude, the 120 was already such a massive radius that we could never. Like,
Yeah, chuck it far.
it's got to be like an opener.
Especially in Tom's direction.
Yeah.
And I can't do.
Excuse
You're
the
gonna nuke a whole quadrant of the map.
excuse me?
I'm not seeing enough space battles here. I'm just seeing random invasions.
Oh, he's got a jetpack.
Like these aliens have jetpacks. They should have enough technology to have ships, like spaceships. So where's the space battles at?
Yeah, he's riding it on the back.
All right, let's see this thing. Oh my god, it has a long string you need to do to call it in.
Oh, I shouldn't have went with napalm. These guys aren't going to be on
Don't go in
fire.
there.
That's so Star
The
Wars.
corrosive
bro.
does
Go in
work
there.
on these guys.
That's
So I'm
too close
calling
to
that in
us.
too.
Yeah,
Here
walk
comes the
backwards, walk
opener.
It
backwards.
should last for a while too. Yeah, look, 14 seconds of inbound.
My goodness. Oh,
Damn.
God.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the opener, dude.
Fuck,
This
you're
is
too
the
close.
God, it
opener
keeps
here.
going.
You're too
You
close.
flexing.
Yeah, it's still going. 3 more seconds.
You flexing on us, damn.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Well,
Oh, Aculite!
how did I kill you?
It just said killed by Aculite. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Homie was standing in the
Stuff
way.
in there.
Did you nade him?
I literally shot one bullet and he died, like exploded.
Uh-huh.
All right, I'm gonna call my
And he's
position on
still
the
not
building there,
resting
Tom.
me.
I got you. I was doing the
Thank you.
sequence.
Now land on Tom.
Did you orb that right one?
Yeah,
Oh.
should come in.
Beauty.
Got it.
Okay, that's 2 of 7.
Jeez.
We gotta go quick here, though. We
Careful
gotta
the
go quick.
mines.
Yeah,
Careful the
true.
mines. Yep. Careful the
There's
mines.
a mine there.
Just in
No,
case you were
I
wondering.
I gotta blow that one
Yeah,
up.
blow that one.
I'll blow you.
Res
I'll
me,
res
res
him.
me, res me.
Pressing.
I'm chucking you in.
Already did.
Did you chuck me into the compound?
Yes.
Hell
So
yeah,
your guys
brother.
are probably about to nuke.
Yeah.
Probably.
Hell yeah, brother.
God, I'm landing in it.
Hell yeah, brother. Get it.
Hell yeah,
Well, you
brother.
actually did call the nuke. Oh, for
Yeah. Ah.
I gotta go back and get my sniper.
I'm orbing the first thing.
Oh yeah, I lost my rocket launcher. All right,
Watch out, Fug. Not the nuke.
big thing landing.
oh, for the love of.
Oh my god, there's so much going on. We're just nuking the entire map.
All right, we did it.
What are we even supposed to do here?
On to the next.
We have
There's
to kill
two small
this.
ones over here.
Yeah, we gotta kill these facilities.
Destroy the active automation.
All those
okay.
little red circles. Oh, if I had my rocket
Oh
launcher,
shoot,
no.
kill that.
Yeah, if someone didn't kill me
Like
earlier, I would.
you should be able to call in troops like that, like AI. You should have
We
an
should go over
option,
here to A1 because I think Fug's gonna go over there.
like more reinforcements.
Yeah, I got this one with a big explosion.
I feel like we're in Star Wars.
Yeah, seriously.
It's Star Wars and Terminator.
But like it looks
Is that a
good.
walker?
Yeah, it looks
The
real
robots
good.
look like
The
Terminator.
explosions are so massive.
Can someone destroy this thing?
Oh,
Bro, that's like a copyright of Star Wars right there.
Copy.
Don't let the flamethrower get you. That thing.
Yeah.
Okay, this
All
thing's
built in
dead.
front.
Got it.
That should land perfectly.
Nice.
Nice.
Wait,
Still
still
alive.
moving.
Oh wow.
Oh, God.
Oh wow.
There we go.
Nice.
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 Hey guys.
Hey
We
guys.
can leave, or we can do
Hey,
this
guys.
one, the big one. Let's do the big one and leave.
Nice.
Help me, help me, help me, help me, help me, help me.
Coming to Fuglet to help him, so I'm gonna do my own thing.
This is
There's
the
a ton
big
of them
one.
over here,
I
dude.
need some, I
there
need
is.
some help.
Alright, I throw a napalm on you.
Thanks. That's help.
Got you, bro. Seems to be helping.
I'm chucking one too. Heck it.
There you go.
Always be helping.
Oh.
Damn, Des.
I
You've
feel
been
like we're in a
wild, but
movie
okay,
right
bro.
now.
I'll catch you tomorrow or something.
Insane, man.
Hope you have a good time and have a good night, man.
Grenade!
I'm gonna get off like right after this video.
I'm gonna go with Speculate.
Help!
Or with Fuglet.
No.
I look up to you.
Hold on.
Alright, got it.
No me.
It's already
I
called.
appreciate you, bro.
There's some samples too. Okay.
Hopefully throughout this journey we both grow together. You know what I mean? I guess that's like the whole purpose of this encounter. Both learn from each other and hopefully learn something.
Oh, I just shot you in the head.
Damn,
You walked
killed
off.
us soon, mate.
I got it.
You walked right into that headshot.
Oh my god.
Gassing back by your stuff.
Hello.
Hopefully. We'll see.
Any tab?
If it's within God's will, it'll happen.
It just keeps getting better.
Never stops.
Wanna run?
Me? Why would you? Oh.
He says sweet
Big dude over
liberty.
there. What is that? Is that a tank?
It's a tank.
Bro, I'm telling you, they need to add like AI reinforcements and it'll look sick. Truly, this will look sick.
Oh, I'm dead.
Oh my god.
I nuked it though. I nuked it.
Because it's just 4 people against like hundreds and thousands of these things.
Okay, you got it.
There, I landed on it.
Nice.
In 1 minute, we lose all our abilities.
That's
It's
a good
over
one.
here.
I got a corrosive
Just go
on
for
it.
extract.
Oh, this is gonna be a good one.
I can't. Oh my god! I hit a mine. I need a rest.
Yep, got it.
I need a rest.
Ridiculous.
Oh my god. Oh,
my god.
Damn.
We need res.
It's happening, guys.
Need a medic.
Stone's got it.
Careful,
By the
there's a
way,
nuke up.
I'm not playing this game. I'm just spectating. I just went in to see what this game looks like, but I'm only going to be here for like 2 more minutes and
There on
then
that mark.
I'm getting off. I was here like for a while.
1 minute 20 seconds, so it's here.
No, not that one.
Uh-oh. Lost one.
Oh shit! No,
Lost
I died.
two.
Ow!
Oh, I can't go for your samples. There's no way.
No, it's just 5.
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna stream tomorrow though if you want to stop by, but I streamed for a
Yeah,
long
this is
time so
crazy.
far. I got to work, I took a shower, got on stream.
Serpentine.
I need to sleep.
Oh, there's a slicer on me. Whoa!
I'm trying.
Papa Stimmy.
We got 40 seconds on the
You got
ship.
this, you got this.
Come on, boys.
We can't call anything in.
Nades if you got.
Is he flaring? He's calling in his teammates?
Oh, there's an explosive barrel there. There you go.
Got an
Watch it, we
AT-AT
got another
here.
one here.
ATST. ATST.
Well, don't let him
Can I
shoot
throw
you.
this?
Oh,
Try to just throw it. Didn't go very far.
Oh, he called in reinforcements. He actually did.
Dude, I don't have my sniper. I died with it earlier. We can't fight this thing.
You just have to get
I'm
behind
fragging
it.
ahead,
You
I'm
have to get
fragging
behind it.
ahead.
Frags will kill it. Frags will drop it easy. There you go. Dead.
I'm fragging. Dude, there's so many.
Yeah, you need to go around to the
Maybe go
left
around
now.
Bill. Go around
Here
the Bill.
comes the ship.
This is intense.
Get out of there, boys, fast.
Oh my god. Good from behind? I think we're good from behind.
Touchdown, go, go,
Get
go,
in, get
go,
in.
Go, 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 go. No!
Oh. Did you die?
It's all you. It's all you.
Oh my god.
How did you die?
Jesus.
At the point.
Imagine if they both got killed there.
Did you clip your head on the ship or something? What happened?
No, the tank hit me. The tank landed a shot on me.
Oh.
Yeah, Stone died to head troll me, bonked his head on the wing.
Yeah, I genuinely thought you just hit your noggin off the top. That was an insane mission.
Yeah, that was an actual movie.
Oh, it said he lived. He actually didn't die.
We
This
did
game's
it.
so intense too.
We made
Welcome home, boys.
Welcome back.
Finger guns.
Alright, let me get out of here. Your boy is feeling it right now. I need to sleep. I didn't even know how many people were here, but damn. You guys are a silent crowd. Anyways, I'm gonna catch you guys tomorrow. For whoever's watching. And oh look, somebody's actually streaming Helldivers. What's going on here? Damn, he's running on 720.
What the fuck is shooting through the smoke?
Does he have any teammates? Okay, he has like 2 other teammates.
I need to get out of here.
Interesting. Naruhodo. Yeah, but let me get out of here. Yeah. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.